Oh shoot, what's up, Ninja? What's up? My main man Honorary in the building. Alrighty. Alright, here we go. Wait, who is this? Okay, I don't know who that is. Don't worry about it, Honorary. Alright, guys. So today we are looking at Nia Jax's latest interview that was conducted by Chris Van Vallejo Fish, Valet Mignon, whatever his name is. You guys know I don't follow content creators at all, okay? But apparently I've been requested to watch this interview, all right? And you guys know, without a shadow of a doubt, y'all don't understand, man. This woman right here, Nia Jax, man. Golly, I got bad for that woman, man. But anyways, all right. If you don't know, now you know. This woman is my future wife, okay? And I say that proudly, okay? This woman, I've been in love with Nia Jax since 2017, man. She's the reason why I watch WWE, okay? I ain't gonna lie, man. The sun sets and the sun rises in my eyes and in my heart because of this woman, bro. So without further ado, let's check out this interview, all right? Let's check it out, man.
Sometimes I forget what I've done. What have I done?
Bro, look at Nia!
A few times, won some tag titles.
What else have I done?
You were Queen of the Ring.
The Queen of the Ring was awesome.
You got the most eliminations in the Royal Rumble for the women.
WWE.
No.
Do you look at your career?
Bro, look at Nia!
Yeah. Because I had that break, I feel like I changed.
I don't think people appreciate how athletic you are.
No, they don't. They don't appreciate how athletic Nia Jax is, okay? Okay, this woman right here, okay, was a baller and a shot caller, okay? And not only that, she played softball as well, and she played tennis and golf, bro, okay? This woman did a somersault in her debut. You know how difficult it is for a plus-size queen to do a somersault in their debut? Bro, she has the height, the genetics, the freakish athleticism, bro. Okay? Bro, she faced her fears and went to the top rope, bro, and did a splash. Okay? And she did a Samoan drop, an avalanche Samoan drop, bro. This woman is under. When I say under, I mean at the bottom of the barrel, underappreciated, man. Okay? Shoo. I've been appreciating you, Queen, though, since the first run. So I know for a fact that I am loyal to the soil, man. Okay? But, bro, look at Nia, bro. Okay, Nia. All right. Let's continue, guys. Let's continue, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys are in the building, make sure to hit the like button. Thank you guys for coming through. I appreciate y'all watching this live reaction video. If you guys want to watch along, all you got to do is search up Nia Jax interview with Chris Van Vallejo Fish or Valet Mignon, whatever his name is. Let's continue, man.
Soccer, baseball. I'm a pickleball player now.
You see? I told you. I knew that.
I would just play pickleball with my church group.
That's right. Pickleball. No burgers.
At this point,
The real pickleball.
You entered the Men's Royal Rumble in 2019.
Yes. Nia Jax is the last woman to enter the men's Royal Rumble. You know why? Because she's tough. Okay? Extremely tough. All these other chicks out here, they're not tough, okay? They're weak, they're whiny, they're nothing but a bunch of complainers, okay? That's what they do. This woman right here is none of that, okay? Strength, okay? This woman is the strongest woman in WWE history, in sports entertainment history. Forget WWE history. I'm sorry, China, rest in peace, but I gotta be loyal to Nia. All right, shoot, let's continue.
Moment for me.
Did you feel like this was going to open the door to more intergender stuff?
Yeah, but it just
No, it's not. No, it's not, because, like I said, the chicks in WWE and in sports entertainment, they're weak, they're not tough, and they're soft AF, okay? They're soft as baby crap, okay?
How
Shoot.
exactly are you related to The Rock?
his
Bro, look at The Rock.
Peter Maivia is my dad's first cousin.
That's
So-
Peter Maivia's great-granddaughter. Nia is Peter Maivia's great-granddaughter, if I'm not mistaken. Okay.
Technically, you're related to Roman.
Yeah.
What do you mean technically?
Yes.
Yokozuna?
Shoot.
Yes. Somewhere down the line.
See, you're related to all of them, goddammit.
What more
Don't be asking
are you
stupid
into
questions.
in WWE?
Well,
Is this your first ever podcast?
it's not my first ever.
No, it's not.
It's been a while.
Look, Chris Van Vallejo Fish, if you're gonna interview somebody, do your freaking homework, bro. Do your freaking homework before you interview royalty right here, bro. Don't sit up here and say, oh, is this your first interview? Is this your first podcast? Bro, she's not a stranger to podcasting, bro, okay? She's been on podcasts before, okay? Lock in. You're part of the media. You're supposed to do your homework before you have guests on your show, okay? Shoot, this your first podcast? Shoot, what a freaking nerd. But anyways, let's continue. Y'all wonder why I don't follow content creators. But anyways, let's continue, man.
Right?
Shoot, like I'm like Brock Lesnar, man. I mind my own business, all right? Shoot.
It's been a long time.
So thank you.
Yeah. No, thank
If it was up to me, I would have an 8,000-foot fence around my property, okay? Away in the middle of nowhere, all right? With 59,000 acres of land, okay? But let's continue.
Thanks for hanging out.
Yeah.
I feel like Chelsea saying all those nice things on my live show kind of like, opened the door here.
It softened me. It softened me a little bit because, I love that she's like she's out there doing everything for us. Like I've
That's
always
true.
said thank you to her. I'm always like thanking her because she's barely home. The girl is doing everything from Fanatics Fest to
That's true.
like LA doing something to New York to Saudi Arabia doing promotions. So
That's true.
the least I could do is do something. I feel like I haven't done anything in promoting stuff. So
No, don't say that, Nia. Do not say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. Do not ever say that again, Nia, okay? You've gone above and beyond, okay? You've put people over, all right? You went through tables, okay? You went all around the world representing WWE and representing all the beautiful plus-size women and plus-size people out there, including me. Okay, maybe not me, but look, man, you've done a lot, all right? You've done a lot. You put your body on the line. You went through so many bumps. So don't sit up in here talking about you haven't contributed like Chelsea Green. No, you contributed a lot. Okay, you faced your fears. Okay, you faced your fears of heights. Okay, you faced your fears of staying, of not trying new things. Okay, so don't say that, Nia. Do not say that. Please don't say that. All right? But look at Nia, man. Look at the dimples, bro. Look at Nia! Okay, let's continue. All right. Bro, we only got a minute and 48 seconds in, bro. Only a minute and 48 seconds in. All right, we got an hour to kill. Let's continue.
that's why I was like, I'm gonna do a podcast. And they put you over huge. Like
Thank you.
Maxine and Chelsea and Matt Cardona. They said you're the best. So of course.
Oh shoot, Matt Carbonara said that he's the best? Who is this guy, bro? I seriously don't know who this guy is. I really don't. I'm in the dark on stuff like this because, like I said, I don't follow content creators. Like I said, I'm like Brock Lesnar. I mind my business. I focus on my personal agendas, and that's it. Because I have things that I personally want to accomplish. Okay, so I don't have time. I don't have time to waste on researching other content careers at all. But anyways, let's continue, man. Let's continue.
Well,
I gotta give it the best.
Chelsea said you were a locker room leader.
Yeah, she is a locker room leader, bro. Bro, she's the best locker room leader ever, bro. Even better than The Undertaker. Even better than Randy Orton, bro. That's it. Sure, you better give Nia her flowers, okay? All right? Give Nia her flowers. Give her roses, tulips, all of that good stuff, man. Shoot.
Max hate.
I love that. That's awesome. She's great. I honestly feel the same about her, but you know, it is funny. Like since I come back, I have kind of taken on the role of a little bit of the locker room leader.
No. Don't say that, Nia. Don't say a little bit. Don't say that. Don't say that. Okay, don't say a little bit. Bro, Nia. You have been an inspiration in the locker room, okay? A clear-cut inspiration, okay? Okay, Oscar defended you. Shayna defended you. Bro, Shayna said that you gave her confidence, bro. Okay? And gave her pointers, bro. These are two people that is private, that don't really do interviews about people at all, bro. Okay? I'm just saying. Even... I'm not going to mention who it is, but... because they're a nobody at the end of the day. But there's a nobody in sports entertainment that said that Nia Jax is a legit ring general. Okay, so you get half a point for saying that, but I still don't like you. Anyways, moving on. Nia, you are a leader in the locker room because you're out there influencing these young women and new talent that's on the roster. You're inspiring them to do their best. Okay, so you are a leader in the locker room, man. Shoot, even Cody Rhodes said you're like one of the most nicest people ever. Cody Rhodes, the quarterback of the company, bro.
Just because, I mean, I've been here longer than most of the girls in the locker room.
That's true.
And I'm older, and I've been around.
Don't say older. Don't say older, Nia. Say more mature, okay? Don't say older, man. Shoot, you fine like wine, man. Wine never ages.
I've seen it all, so... And I feel as though, like, you kind of have to have a little bit of, like, a tradition in the locker room, and I think it kind of gets lost in this new age. You know, some of the new people, they don't really get, like, they didn't come up when I came up. I came up with, like, my coach was Bill DeMott when I got hired for the WWE, and he was very, like, old school.
Okay. And that was in 2014. I'm just saying, all these bandwagon Nia Jax fans, you don't know that. She got hired in 2014 when she tried out 3 times. Okay? Shoot.
Very traditional in the ways, like, you know, shake hands, introduce yourself to everybody. You guys set up the ring, you break down the ring, you watch every match. You don't, like, we never had the opportunity to not go to a show, even if we weren't working. I had to learn how to ring announce, how to timekeep, how to, you know what I mean? Like, I had to learn everything from the ground up. And it's different now in NXT. So it's not really their fault. They just don't know better. So
Bro, that's why I love this woman, man. This woman is the most funniest woman of all time, man. That's hilarious. But I'm being real serious for a second. I've said this in the beginning. Usually when you're in this line of business, entertainment, whatever branch of entertainment you're in, whether you're in movies, whether you're in shows, whether you're doing skits on these social media platforms, or whether you're doing, even if you're doing makeup and beauty and all that stuff, you still have to have a reputation of easy to work with, easy to get along with. And when Nia said that in the beginning, you know, introduce yourself, shake hands, it didn't surprise me because that's how you got to be in the entertainment business. If you expect to go far, you have to have a can-do attitude that can work with any and everybody, you know? So I'm not surprised of my future wife saying that. Okay. I'm not surprised that Nia said that. Okay, let's continue.
So, like, since I do know better, it's my job to help.
Did you come into that role of being a leader just naturally, you feel like?
Yeah. What kind of question is that, Chris? Bro, Chris, 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 Chris. Okay, that's not a very smart question. Okay, I'm gonna tell you why that's not a smart question at all, bro. Naya is half German. Okay, German people are confident in any and everything that they do. Okay, they're leaders. Okay, and she's half Samoan. Okay, Samoan people aren't scared of anyone or anything, and they're extremely nice. You should know that, Chris. Whatever your name is, Chris Van Vallejo Fish. Yeah, you should know that. What kind of question is that, man? Shoot, you need to be stripped of your credentials immediately for asking that dumb question. What do you expect now to say? Oh, well, no, I didn't have the confidence. No, I had to learn it. No, I didn't know what I was doing. No, I didn't know how to lead in the locker room. No, I didn't know how to interact with people backstage. You expected her to say that, bro? Bro, this is a woman of confidence and resilience, bro, and strength. She's not gonna say, oh, well, no, I wasn't confident. No, I was real shy. No, I was in the back like, oh, I don't know what to say. She's not gonna say that, bro. Okay? I've known this woman for over a decade. She's not saying that, all right?
Yeah, I tend to be a little
Shoot. Asking that question,
since I do know better, it's my job to help.
Did you come into that role of being a leader just naturally, you feel like?
Yeah, I
told you!
Type A, like
I told you!
a little bit.
Talking about,
type A
man.
person, so it is easier for me to be a little bit more of a leader.
Do you look
told
at
you!
your career in WWE in kind of like two parts? Like up to 2021 when you got released, and then everything.
Bro, she came in as a leader, bro. She came in as a leader because her and at the time was the most notorious woman on the roster, meaning the most well-known woman, or the biggest superstar at the time, Alexa Bliss. Her and Alexa click like that, bro. They're sisters from another mister. Don't you ask that question ever again. Don't you ever question my queen's confidence, man.
I'm a type A person, so it is easier for me to be a little bit more of a leader.
Do you look at your career in WWE in kind of like two parts? Like up to 2021 when you got released, and then everything since coming back?
Yeah. I mean, it's hard not to, right? Like,
But it could have just picked up where it left off, but I don't feel like it did.
No, I'm not gonna lie. In 2021, I don't know if this Chris Vallejo Fish guy did his research on the 2021 situation, but honestly, 2021, no, they did Nia wrong, man. They did Nia wrong in 2021 because this woman has been working week in and week out. They didn't give her no break at all, man. None. And she asked for a break for the first time in her career, okay? Because before that, she had to have the double ACL surgery. And not only that, but this woman was wrestling on no ACLs at all, man, for a long time, okay? No ACLs for a long time until she had to have that surgery. Shout out to Big Ben. Big Ben, Nia's big brother. Shout out to him because he was there in the hospital. And I would have been there in the hospital too if they would have let me. But anyways, yeah, she was wrestling on no ACLs for your company. How do you not give somebody a break, bro, that's wrestling on no ACL? Do you know how difficult it is to walk with no ACLs? Just ask Derrick Rose. Like, bro, how do you not give somebody a break, bro? That's why when they declined to give her a break in 2021, bro, and then they tried to force her to take the Coco-19 jab, and she stood on her grounds, man, and was like, hell no. Bro, that's why I love this woman, man. Whatever she says, it goes. She stands on business. But anyways, I would have did the same thing too. I'm not taking the Coco-19 jab. I'm not doing that. F all that. Shoot. That's why that happened in 2021, man. I don't know if they're going to talk about this. I'm only 3 minutes and 41 seconds in, but I doubt that they're going to talk about that. But, yeah, let's continue, man. And the crazy part about that was, bro, they released her in October of 2021, right? And then in January of 2022, they wanted her back for the Royal Rumble, bro. They wanted her back for the Royal Rumble, man. They wanted her back for the Royal Rumble, and I'll never forget reading it. She was like, "Are you crazy? I'm still getting paid, and y'all want me to come back after y'all disrespected me? Hell no, I ain't coming back." Bro, the way she slapped Charlotte was the way she slapped WWE, man. I'm happy she did that. She was standing on business, man. Bro, Nah, we need to get together, man. Okay? We need to get together, and we just need to have fun, man. Shoot, we need to have fun, bro. We get together and have fun, man. I'm just saying, you'll get hooked. Okay, you'll get hooked. All right. Shoot. But anyways, let's continue. Not hooked like hooked on phonics like your cuz The Rock said to Scott Hall. That hooked on phonics ain't working for you. That was hilarious. I don't know why I thought of that promo, but it was funny. But anyways, let's continue. Rest in peace, Scott Hall, by the way.
No, because I had that break, I feel like I changed in a better way. Like I got better, and I elevated my game a little bit more. And
let me pause it right there. First of all, Naya, you didn't need to elevate anything, okay? You really didn't. You was already perfect the way you were, okay? You was perfection at its finest. Like I said, these stupid idiots, these stupid virgin losers that lives on all these social media sites that's hiding behind these cartoon profile pictures and all this other nonsense, they don't know how long you wrestled with no ACLs. They don't know what that's like. They always say, "Oh, well, it's because of her weight and it included the fatigue and the laziness." No. That has nothing to do with anything. It really don't. Because before then, she was slamming like no other. Before the ACL injuries, she was slamming like no other. She was gorilla. What is it called? Gorilla press? I think it's called gorilla press. Or is it? No, it's military press style slam. She was doing that with no problem. She was showcasing her strength, her power, all that, as a powerhouse is supposed to be doing at the end of the day, okay? She was executing the leg drop like crazy. So don't sit up here and talk about, "Oh, well, he wasn't there." Bro, you know how many plus size people, bro? Yokozuna was like 700 or 800 pounds at the time of his passing, I think. Bro, do you know how much it takes to maneuver around and with agility with that size? Bro, Yokozuna was pretty good in the ring. So don't sit up here and talk about, "Oh, well, it's weight." It has nothing to do with weight at all. It really don't. Shoot, look at me. I'm big. Okay, I'm big. And weight never stopped me from being quick for my size. Shoot, my trainer tells me that. So I don't want to hear none of that. Those fools that be saying that crap, they've never been to a gym. They've never trained for combat sports a day in their life. So they don't even know what they're talking about. Okay? They really don't. But anyways, let's continue. We're only near 4 minutes in. Okay. Let's continue.
not that I didn't think I had the opportunity in my first part, but I think because it was a different schedule and it was like I wasn't really like locked in as I could have been when I had the break and I was able to see what I could improve on. I was able to like change it coming back.
And when you came back, were you coming back with a different attitude? I mean,
oh yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
Bro, what kind of question is that, bro? Like, bro, this guy needs to be fired, bro. Like, what kind of questions are these, man? Did you have the confidence coming in? Oh, well, when you came back, did you have a new attitude? What kind of questions are these, bro? Like, so, what kind of questions are these, man? I feel like at this point, this is rhetorical questions at this point. At this point, I need to be the interviewer, bro. I need to be there, bro. I really need to be there, bro. I'd be like this, bro. I'd be like this. This is Chris Van Vliet. Shoot. That's what I feel like doing to Chris Van Vliet, bro. That's exactly what I feel like doing to him, bro.
I mean,
asking stupid questions.
So, and some of the girls that I came up with, we all kind of like made WWE our whole lives. Like morning, noon, and night, like storylines talking about all the time and like worried about our bookings. And back in the day, if you got hurt, you were forgotten about. Like it was hard
Yeah,
to get
that's
back in the
true.
rhythm. So
That's
we just
true.
didn't like, we pushed through things. Like, I'm not hurt, I'm fine, I'm gonna stay, and I want to, skip on all my friends' weddings and baby showers, and then coming
Yeah.
back, I was like, it felt different, you know.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, that's kind of tough, man. Skipping out on weddings, baby showers, family gatherings, graduations, stuff like that. That's very, very difficult because, you know, those are once in a lifetime opportunities at the end of the day. And not only that, but you got to skip out on birthdays too. And, I really feel like, and I'm being dead serious, I really feel like when you enter in sports entertainment, like, you really have to have like a solo life. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I really feel like when you enter sports entertainment, you got to be on the road for like, it used to be 290 days, I want to say. It used to be, but now it's scaled back a little bit, obviously because of storyline write outs and or time needed off, which is more easier to get now that there's a new regime in place. But I think now it's like 270 days. I want to say 270 plus days. You got to be on the road, which includes TV programming, PLEs, house shows, meet and greets, etc., 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 commercials, interviews. Now that the media is tied up with sports entertainment companies, more so WWE. But yeah, it's completely different. Naya is absolutely right, man. She's absolutely right. Yeah. And you know what? I remember when I think it was Buster that passed away, which was one of Naya's dogs. I think it was a pit bull. Like, I don't remember I don't remember if they gave like Naya the week off to take care of that. I don't remember that because that happened, I want to say 2019, 2020, probably 2020 around there, when that happened. I know it was before, the pandemic ended. But yeah, man, things like that, man, it's yeah, it's kind of difficult when you're in sports entertainment and stuff like that. But let's continue.
To where it's like, no, WWE is my passion and I love it and I want to be a part of it, but it's not going to be my entire life. I'm not going to make it like the focal point.
Right.
But it also gave me a different perspective as to like making sure I realize that I'm kind of, I don't want to say the prize, but I'm kind of, like I felt like I wasn't the prize before, to where it's like, no, I bring a lot to the table.
Yeah, Naya, you are the prize. Don't ever think that you're not the prize, bro. Bro, if I was in WWE during Naya's first run, bro, I'm not gonna lie, I would be bothering this woman, okay? Okay? I'd be making her laugh. I'd be making her smile. Bro, Naya would be like, you know what? In this interview, Naya would be like, well, during my first run, I ran into someone that really kept me upbeat, that kept me happy. Even when I wasn't feeling good, at times, he always uplifted me and always kept me on my toes and always kept my confidence up. Bro, I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. Shoot.
There's a lot in me that I can bring to the table, so it gives me a different perspective coming back.
Okay, guys, I'm not gonna pause so much no more, man, because we gotta get through this interview. Let's continue.
It's the version we see of you now versus, say, like 2018 in the ring.
What do you mean?
It feels like maybe you're.
I know I said I wasn't gonna pause too much, but this Chris Van whatever guy, bro. Oh my god, what kind of question is that, bro? Like, bro, she had her first title reign in 2018, bro. beat Alexa Bliss, had the belt. She didn't have it for long, unfortunately, but she that was her first title reign. And 2018 was really her breakout year. And that was her at her best at the time. So how are you sitting up here saying, well, how do you differ now from 2018? I guarantee you, this guy don't even know what happened in 2018 with Nia Jax, bro. I guarantee it. He really don't at the end of the day. Because the questions that I'm witnessing from a 5-minute clip of watching an hour and 10-minute interview, the questions is like, bro, did you even bother to do your homework? Did you just write down your so-called questions within like 10 minutes and say, you know what? Yeah, we're gonna go with that. Did you ask ChatGPT questions to ask Nia, bro? Because you clearly didn't do your research, bro. I can see that. I can definitely see that. Because 2018, like I said, that was Nia's breakout year, man. When she had that storyline with Alexa Bliss, man, bro, that storyline with Alexa Bliss, that was some real stuff right there, man. That was some real stuff because there's a lot of plus size individuals who are big and tall. Just saying. I'm big and tall. I'm in the 6-footers club. Just saying. But anyway, seriously, during that storyline with her and Alexa, there's a lot of plus size people that's been manipulated just because of their size, just because of what the others think they can do at the end of the day. Okay? They think that plus size people who are big, they think that they're dumb, lazy, and all that stuff. And that storyline, it spoke out to a lot of people, man. It spoke out to a lot of people that you don't need to put up with this. You don't need to put up with fake friends and fake girlfriends and fake boyfriends. You don't have to put up with that type of abuse. Because let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. Plus size people are some of the most nicest people you could ever run into, man. And they attach easily because off of the first impression that they get of you, they be like, oh man, I can trust this person. I can trust this dude. I can trust this chick because I feel like they real cool and all that stuff. But, after a while of getting used and you start thinking to yourself like, I ain't got to put up with this crap, man. I can do better than this. And that's what that storyline was about. It was about giving plus size people confidence within themselves that they matter too. That's what it was about. And Nia played that role perfectly, bro. I ain't gonna lie, man. Look, I know I'm a man, but I don't care what anybody thinks. I don't care what anybody says. I was shedding some tears with Nia, man. When she had that. When she had that ice pack on her beautiful forearm, bro, I felt a certain way, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. I really did. Like I said, I shedded some tears. I don't care what anybody says. But anyways, like I was saying, yeah, this guy, he clearly hasn't done his homework, but let's continue, man.
It's a different style, maybe. Maybe it's a different approach that you take to it. How do you contrast the two?
I feel as though
what he should have asked, sorry, Nia, not to cut you off, but what he should have asked was the Nia now compared to the Nia back in 2021. That's what he should have compared to, because the 2021 Nia, I'm pretty sure, some emotions was going up and down. I'm pretty sure Nia wanted to feel like she was, valued within the company. And how it turned out in October of 2021, I'm pretty sure she felt a certain way. So, 2021 was different for Nia Jax, man. Compare that Nia to 2026 Nia. Now, that question would have been valid. God, do I have to teach you how to do your job, Chris Van Vallejo Fish? Do I have to teach you how to do your job? God.
Different style, maybe? Maybe it's a different...
It wasn't a different style. She's still the same powerhouse, bro. She is a powerhouse. That's her role in sports entertainment. Do you not know what a powerhouse is, Chris? Shoot, yeah, I'm going off. Because when it comes to Nia, man, this woman right here, this woman is the pinnacle of perfection, class, beauty, smarts. Okay? Gosh.
Into it, how do you contrast the two?
I feel as though, like before, I was taught a certain way, like you're a certain size, you can't do these things. Don't.
That's not true, Nia. You can do whatever you want, man. Shoot. Do whatever you want, girl. Don't listen to those idiots.
Stay away from this. Don't let them do this to you. So I was kind of like pigeonholed into like a little bit of a, and I was afraid to get out of it because, you know, the person telling me is somebody who runs the show and you know, like you work for an audience of one.
Yeah.
Audience of one? Wait a minute. Nia, are you shouting me out? Audience of one? No, I'm just playing. But obviously, we know who Nia is talking about because that same individual, they did the same thing to the Big Show. Like when Big Show was over in WCW and he was doing all those agile athletic moves and all that stuff, like doing missile drop kicks and jumping off the top rope, doing that, and then doing drop kicks in general, just standing in the ring, he would do that. And when Big Show came over to WWE, you know, he got neutralized. He couldn't do that stuff no more. I mean, he could do it, but certain people didn't want him to do it. Like, they restricted those athletic moves that Big Show had, like, out of his move repertoire. Like, they just wanted him to be an Andre the Giant 2.0. That's it. But anyways, shout out to the Big Show, by the way. But let's continue.
And so this time around, like, Hunter was more like, be you.
That's right.
Be you. Do you, show him what you can do, because, like, you know, he's like, I know what you're capable of.
That's right.
So I feel like the difference is just me kind of like being myself a little bit more. Like I'm
Okay.
more, you know, adding who I am into my character. Instead
Okay.
Of like, I gotta stay here and make sure that, you know, somebody's happy.
I don't think that people
Bro.
appreciate
She said, make sure somebody's happy. Ah, that's funny. That is hilarious.
Like I'm more, you know, adding who I am into my character instead of like, I gotta stay here and make sure that, you know, somebody's happy.
Bro, look at Nia though, man. Just golly, bro. Bro, look at the outfit from head to toe. Look at the hair. Look. Man, oh man. See, this is class, man. This is what a lot of chicks don't have today, okay? Look how she talks, okay? This is class right here, right here. This is a bundle of class. Just saying.
Myself a little bit more. Like I'm more, you know, adding who I am into my character instead of like, I gotta stay here and make sure that, you know, somebody's happy.
I don't think that people appreciate how athletic you are. Like right before coming to WWE, you played sports,
Yeah.
right? And like you have that athletic background.
Come on, man. Come on, Chris. You're not telling me nothing I don't know, bro. I known all of this, man. Okay, only a bandwagon doesn't know any of this, all right? Only a fake fan doesn't know any of this, all right? Shoot.
It feels like when you do pull out something athletic in the ring, people are like, "Oh, wow!
Yeah.
Did you see what Nia did?" It's
Yeah.
like, I feel like she could do that anytime she wants.
Bro, she did it in her debut, bro. Like that, it's not surprising at all. Okay, if you're really a fan of Nia, you will see that matchup that she had on Monday Night Raw where she displayed her athleticism. She can do it.
Yeah. I mean, it like I said, there was something where it was like, oh no, you shouldn't do that. Somebody like you shouldn't, your size, like
No, you can do it
in this lane because this person does this and this person does that, and like you are special here. And so it was kind of like, you know, I'd always get shit on like, oh, you're boring, you're this, and I'm like, actually no, I can do things. I just, you know, you stay in the lane that you're told to stay in.
And you know what? I said that too. I said that like years ago. When I first started doing YouTube, I said that when I was defending her from these stupid nobodies at the end of the day. She has a role that she has to stick to. And I'm glad Nia is confirming that. These idiots don't understand how sports entertainment works. There's certain roles. Once again, I'm going to say it once again. There's certain roles that people have to stick to, okay? There's powerhouse, there's high flyer, there's technician, okay? And then there's brawler at the end of the day. All right? Those are the roles that sports entertainers have to pick and choose from, okay? And I'm glad she confirmed it. I'm glad.
And like I said, now it's like, I mean, I've played sports my entire life. I've never not played sports. You know, I played basketball, soccer, baseball, you know, anything I could. I'm a pickleball player now.
Pickleball.
Yeah.
I told you, man.
Pickleball.
Well, since we've been on the road, not as often, but when I was off, that's like when I was trying to lose weight,
Naya, you don't need to lose weight, okay? Let me just put that out there, Naya, okay? You never needed to lose weight, okay, Naya? I wouldn't care if you're 12,000 pounds. I will still marry you, okay? And I will still be faithful and loyal. No problem. Let's continue.
got bored with certain like
I don't
cardio,
care.
and
I
would just
never
play
cared about
pickleball,
weight.
like,
I don't
all day
care
with
about
my
that.
church group. We'd like go at like 7 a.m. till like noon, and like
Hell, you could be 5 pounds and I'll still marry you behind.
like it was so much fun.
So pickleball is the weight loss secret.
It's part of it, definitely. Pickleball, Pilates.
Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of cardio in that.
Pilates with Maxine Dupree.
Oh my
She was
gosh.
like nonstop.
Well, she's insane. Like she's the workout queen. Like
You can tell.
She is a Pilates princess, and I have tried a class with her, and I mean, it's good because it challenges me. It's so freaking hard.
Yeah.
But no, she's incredible, fitness queen.
So all of this together was just like you wanted to have a new look, or was like you've dropped a lot of weight. You look amazing.
Okay. All right. Oh. Oh. This guy right here, man. I don't like this guy. I really don't like this guy. I don't like this guy at all, man. Talking about a new look, bro. As if Naya, like transformed how she looks in her face, how she's always looked. Bro. As if there was something wrong with how she looked before when she was in WWE for her first one. Like, oh my god, bro.
Amazing.
Thank you.
She always looked amazing, you idiot.
Right now, I just told one of the girls, they were like, no way, because they hadn't seen me at my biggest. Like right now, it's probably like my fitness journey started 3 years ago. At this point, I've lost 100 pounds like since I started.
Wow.
And not a lot of people saw me when I was that big because I wasn't really working here and I tried to stay off the internet. But yeah.
Oh man, Naya's trolling with that one because Naya was on Instagram. I remember when Naya was on Instagram when she was working out. This was during her first run. And I remember she used to have stories on Instagram of her like working out around like 3-4 in the morning. And because how I know is because I worked the graveyard shift. So that's how I knew. And I would get alerted, hey, Nia Jax WWE, that was her old handle at the time. Nia Jax WWE just uploaded a new story. And I'll watch it. It'll be her working out, getting her sweat on, getting her sweating. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I know. Nia, you capping on that one. I ain't gonna hold you. And then I remember when you used to work out and you used to have concerts in the gym. Yeah, you used to sing Salt and Pepper Shoot. So I know. Okay, I know. By the way, Nia Jax, we need the concert to come back. I'm just saying. You have a beautiful angelic voice. Okay, let's continue.
This is actually the way I started in NXT when I got hired. So it's kind of like people haven't seen that because I never really had the opportunity to like lock it in, and I've been locked in.
And the thing is, and I'm gonna pause it right there since she mentioned NXT. The thing is, she tried out before her NXT debut in 2016. Okay, she was hired in 2014. Okay, 2014, she was still big. She was still plus size, but she made it through the 3 workouts, bro. Okay? She made it through the 3 workouts. They liked her look. I'm not gonna lie. The person that's no longer there, he has a fetish for big people. Okay? And Hunter seen her workout and he liked what he saw. The person that's no longer there, like I said, has a big fetish for huge people. And Nia is the first 6-foot+ queen to walk in there and to kill the workouts. Okay? So, that's why she climbed aboard the sports entertainment train. Okay?
Like losing a whole person.
I know. My nephew was like, I'm 100 pounds. I'm like, I know. Like, you. Yeah.
So you feel like
Big Ben's son!
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I definitely have, like, I had a real breakthrough when I was off. Like, I got really close, like, with my faith. You know, I got really, like,
okay.
I started going to church and really just kind of, like,
okay. Praise the Lord.
Like, my spirituality.
Okay.
I think it kind of just helped guide me to, like, get to this path right now to where I'm locked in and you can't break me.
See, you can never ever break Nia, okay? Even before that, Nia was just so confident, nothing ever bothered her. But now that she's found the Lord, okay? She's found the Lord, and it has provided her, okay? It has provided her unconditional confidence within herself, okay? Because I've seen it. I seen when she got I think it was Born Again with Naomi. I seen it. Okay, I seen it.
You're the only female WWE superstar that at least I can think of where they announced your weight.
Oh yeah.
What was the idea behind that?
I think.
I mean, what was the idea behind it? Obviously, she wanted to do it. What kind of question is that? See, this guy right here, bro.
I know everybody went nuts, and they were like, "How dare you announce her weight?" And I was like, "Whatever." So I think
people was like that.
Like, I know she's big, but this is how big she is.
Yeah,
like
as big as a lot of the men.
Exactly.
Or bigger.
Like I'm heavier. I've always been a heavier girl. Like if I showed you a picture of me at my thinnest, you wouldn't even believe. I would tell you I was like I'm 225 pounds at my thinnest.
Right, because of her height.
So when I was that weight, I was like I was heavier than Roman. I was heavier than like all
Brock
the Shield
Lesnar
guys. Like so I think.
And the funny part is, see, I don't know why this Chris guy is not mentioning it, but even when she was at her heaviest, believe it or not, she could outlift some of the guys on the roster. I don't know if they're going to get to that or not in this interview, but she could outlift some of the guys that's on the roster. Believe it or not. Trust me, I know. Okay? Like I said, I'm a future husband, okay? I know these things. But anyways, they need to mention that. Okay? Mention this woman's strength, okay?
The thought was it's impressive that you're this weight and the move the way you do. Because it is, like, when you're that heavy, I think they announced me at 270, and that's a lot of weight. Like, to be able to move and do what I've done at...
Yeah, she was, if I remember correctly, Nia was listed at 274 pounds. And the thing is, I can relate to that because I've been 274 pounds. Hell, my heaviest was at 330 pounds. So I can relate to what Nia is saying. And the thing is, see, for me, I have height on my side. That's why it doesn't look like I was 330 pounds. And when Nia said at like her lightest, she said she was like 225 pounds. And that was during her model days when she began taking a few pictures here and there modeling and whatnot. I think Nia probably graduated high school, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe she was in college at the time that she decided to do those pictures, those early pictures of her modeling when she looks thin, where she said she was 225. See, like I said, with height causes your weight to like spread. You know, now if Nia was like 5'4" or 5'5", then yeah, you would see the 274 pounds or the 225 pounds will obviously look different because, you know, she's shorter. But by being that Nia is in the 6 footers club, you know, it doesn't look like she weighs 225. It doesn't look like she weighs 274 pounds. It don't look like it. It really don't. But let's continue.
270 is difficult. So I think it wasn't like, oh, let's embarrass her and shame her. It was more of like, no, we're trying to show you like that's impressive. Like Yokozuna, he was a big man.
He was.
But that guy moved. If you go back and watch his stuff, like he can move. And Vince was like, that's the impressive part about it. And I think that's where the idea came from.
Yoko was like I said earlier, Yoko was like 700 pounds, man. 600, 700 pounds, man. And I think he came down to 415 in the last stages of his life. I think. Don't quote me on that. I think he came down to 415. But yeah, Yoko, he moved pretty quick around the ring, man.
They stop announcing your weight then.
They never. Honestly, I don't even remember.
Bro, Chris, you're saying the wrong things, bro. They never announced Nia's weight. They never announced any of the women's weight. Because asking for a woman's weight, that's not only rude, but that's inappropriate. You don't ask a woman her weight. You don't ask a woman her age. Those are two things that you don't ask a woman ever at the end of the day. I don't know why he just said that. They only announce weight when it comes to men because with men, if you're a heavier weight, like the Big Show, for example, if you're a heavier weight, or maybe they might list you at, let's say if the Big Show is listed at 500 pounds, but in reality, he's really, I don't know, 410, 412. You know, they're going to add on extra weight to make him seem, you know, more stronger, more intimidating, because that's just how it goes in sports entertainment. It's all for entertainment at the end of the day. So that's why they announced the men's weight. They never, ever announced the women's weight. I've been watching WWE a long time. I've never, ever heard a woman's weight announced. I've never heard of that. Never. That's never heard of that. Like, if you wanted to find out a woman's weight, you would actually have to, like, Google it. Like, Google the female superstar of whose weight you're looking for at the end of the day. I've never heard of that. But anyways, let's continue.
I couldn't even remember because it wasn't something like I didn't have an issue with it. It wasn't like I'm so upset. I was like, yeah, they asked me before.
I mean, it helps to put you over.
Yeah.
Right? If someone's coming to the show for the first time, that might be the thing that they leave there with and go, oh my gosh, that woman can destroy everyone.
And so that's how I took it, you know? And but I don't know when it happened. I think it just kind of gradually, like, maybe somebody stopped and then, like, it just didn't get caught. But I don't think it was like a don't announce her weight anymore.
It's clear you can hang with the men, though.
Yes.
Facts.
So you entered the Men's Royal Rumble in 2019. When did you find out you were going to be in that?
So we had rehearsals that day, like the Women's Rumble, because it was like me, Becky, and Charlotte at the end of that one. And then, so the doors were opening. And we were in Arizona, I believe. And I was walking back, and Johnny's like, hey, kid. Like, Johnny Ace, and he was like, hey, kid, you got to rehearse more. I said, oh, what are we doing? He's like, oh, you're in the Men's Rumble. I said, what? Doors are open, Johnny. When am I going to rehearse? They're like, oh, we're just going to rehearse this part with Truth. And then you go do the Women's Rumble, and then we'll talk about the guys after.
And let me pause it right here, because there's idiots that said that Nia injured R-Truth when she came out and beat R-Truth, and when she sent them into that I don't know what that thing is called, like when you come out towards the entrance, when you come out of the entrance, right? And when you get thrown into, it's not a barricade, I don't know what that thing is called, but Nia threw him in there. But after all that happened, there's pictures of Nia and R-Truth backstage after the Royal Rumble where they're laughing, they're embracing one another, and that shows right there that Nia didn't injure R-Truth at all. So those idiots that was saying that, it's not true at all. And not only that, like I've said before, this woman is incredibly strong. Okay, like I said, this woman can outlift some of the men on the roster. Okay, but let's continue.
And I was like, what? It was so like I thought he was kidding. But then when we rehearsed it, like with Truth, like me beating up Truth and everything, like entering at number 30, I was like, this is happening. So then I had to like focus on the women's Rumble because I still have, you know, I still have to do with Lana in that match, and then Becky and Charlotte, and then run back. And had to go into a room with a bunch of the guys, and they're just saying they're going over stuff, and they're like, hey guys, Nia's in the Rumble, so like run through with what you're gonna do with her. And I was like, I don't get to go into a ring? Like,
did you know who you had spots with?
Yeah.
Of course you did, you idiot!
It was Ali, Randy,
Rey Mysterio,
Ray, and Dolph.
Right.
Yeah. So that was, they were in at the time, and they were like, yeah, Nia, you're gonna come in, you're gonna drop Truth, and then when you slide in, you're gonna start like cleaning house, and
she sure did. I remember watching that.
You're gonna eliminate Ali, and then there's gonna be a spot with Andrade and Dolph and Ray, and then you're gonna get RKO'd. And I was like, I'm gonna get what? Like, yeah, you're gonna take an RKO. And like before that,
I remember.
Like, yeah, you're.
Hold on. Before Nia continues, I remember reading an interview where Nia was talking about that. And she was so nervous about taking the RKO. Like, she wanted it to be perfect. And Randy was like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm going to RKO you. It's going to be great. It's going to be fantastic. I remember reading it. I remember being so hyped when Nia came out, man. I was like, yeah, come on. Shoot.
You're going to go to tackle Randy, and then this happens. I was like, oh, okay.
And she took the 619.
Right? He's like, I'll feel it out there. So I was just like sitting there going like, but what if I fuck up the RKO? Like, that's one of the most iconic moves in WWE history. Like, I'm already, you know, everybody already hated me.
F those haters.
So then I look at Randy and I'm like, and Randy's super cool, but you know, Randy has a reputation of being like, you know, I was like, oh fuck. I'm like, Randy? He's like, yeah, I'm like, I'm nervous.
See,
like,
I told you.
I don't want to fuck up your RKO. He's like, don't worry about it, kid. He's like, just make a left. Like when you turn left, he was like, I'll take you. You just turn to the left, and the rest I'll handle.
Bro, I told you, man. I told you. I know my wife, man. Shoot. I know my queen, bro. Okay?
I was like, okay. So out of that whole match, that was like the most nervous. I was like, fuck, I just can't fuck up the RKO. We get into it. I beat up Truth, poor Truth. I beat the shit out of Truth.
Facts.
Go in there, run the spots. Go to tackle Randy. He takes a bump for me, and I'm like, I was like, is that supposed? I was like, fuck, did I just like hit him too hard? You know, in my mind, I'm thinking like, shit, did I just hit Randy too hard?
I hit Randy Orton too hard.
Meanwhile, like, here Kim cussing me out. Like, yeah, she's like yelling at me. I'm like, oh shit. And then whatever.
By the way, Randy Orton's wife was a fan. Okay, so there's hope for me. All right, I'm just saying. But let's continue.
We run through it, do the RKO. I wear the 619, the RKO. I'm like, holy shit, this is not happening. Then they dump me. Then they drop kick me off the apron. Like, it was like a whole.
Yep.
Like, when you're in the moment, you don't realize it. When I was done, I was like, that was a massive moment for me that those guys didn't have to. They could have said no. That they just did for me.
Right. Were you able to appreciate leading up to it how historic this was going to be?
No, I didn't have a moment because like I left. I was in towards the end of the Women's Rumble. You know, the Rumble's like an hour.
Mm-hmm.
So like it was like an hour, and then I had to go, and then there's a couple matches in between, and then there's the Rumble, the Men's Rumble. So I had like minutes, you know, to like really. Yeah. So I didn't really grasp it at the moment. I was nervous as shit. But when I came back, like, it was great because like Truth came and embraced me. Like all the guys came in and told me how great I did, and I was
told you.
I cannot believe I was on cloud.
Told you.
I couldn't even like come down from it. Then I'm like, every girl has to bump for me. Randy Orton bumped for me. Like, you know what I mean? All of you go down easy. So
did you feel like this was going to open the door to do maybe more intergender stuff?
Yeah. And so at the time,
I don't think, to be honest, I don't think there's any intergender stuff since that happened. The only so-called intergender stuff is when you see the women beating up the dudes now. Like the dudes, they don't um they don't calculate moves on the women like how the dudes did with Nia. Nia is the last woman to take wrestling moves from the men at the end of the day. Like I said, we don't see that because of political reasons, ABC, XYZ, and stuff like that. But yeah, as far as intergender stuff, I don't think we're gonna see it from a perspective where the women is taking bumps from the men. I just don't see that happening as of right now.
We did have something like I was going. I think I went to a storyline with Dean Ambrose right after, like where I like hit him, like I hit him.
Oh man!
Or I bumped him to the ground or whatever.
I was hoping Nia Jax would have had a match with that fool. I was hoping Nia Jax had a matchup with that idiot. I really was, bro. When I seen that night, bro, I was up into the TV. I was like, do something. Do something. I'm going to come straight through this TV. I'm going to give you the rock bottom. Do it. Shoot.
And I think there was supposed to be something that went into a storyline there, but it just kind of fell off.
Yeah, it did. I remember that.
There was like a promotion that we were promoted to have a match at like a live event.
Yeah.
And I think in that state, like it couldn't be intergender matches.
What?
So then they had to scrap it. And then,
bro, that must be a lefty state, bro. A soft state, bro.
And after that, I think they just kind of let that story fade away. Yeah.
Delete Me makes it easy, quick, and safe to remove your personal data.
All right, I don't care about your advertisement. Let's get back to the interview, please.
You look back at your career, that's obviously got to be an amazing moment. What are some of the other huge moments for you?
What kind of question is that? Yeah, he really didn't do his homework, bro. He really didn't. I can name moments right off of the tip of my tongue, man. The first Raw Women's Championship acquired in 2018, having that moment with the crowd saying, "You deserve it. Dun, 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 dun. You deserve it." That's the first one right there. I mean, the tag teaming with Shayna Baszler, where they had a blend of comedy mixed with dominance right there. The time when she was on Team Raw and faced her fears of jumping from the middle rope, okay, and doing a splash on multiple women, okay. Obviously in the second run, becoming Queen of the Ring, and obviously beating Miss Pamela for the Women's Undisputed Championship, having the record for the most eliminations for a Women's Royal Rumble. Like, Chris, do you do your homework? Like, come on, man. Like, anyways, let's continue.
I get this question, and then the funny thing is that like sometimes I'll forget what I've done. I'll have like
I haven't forgotten nothing. Okay.
Like some kids come up to me like, "Oh, do you remember when you did this and that?" And I'm like, "Oh shit, no, I don't. I don't remember. Show me on YouTube." I was like, I don't remember that. Gosh, I mean, obviously winning the title versus Alexa Bliss at WrestleMania was a massive moment because it was funny because even my brothers didn't believe it. They were like, "Oh, you're not gonna win. You always lose." And they thought like they were legit.
What kind of brothers is that? Shoot, I need to have a talk with Big Ben about that. What? Shoot.
It's a surprise because I didn't tell them, but it was a cool moment. Like I said, I don't even remember what I've done. What have I done? I've won the title.
Yeah, you've won some tag titles.
Like winning the tag titles. It's funny because getting paired up with Shayna was such a random pairing up because like during COVID we were like rivals. Like I was beating the shit out of her randomly. I was just jumping her out of nowhere.
I remember that.
They're like, "Hey, you and Shayna tagging up." I was like, "What?" And then we went. We had great matches with Sasha and Bailey, and we went.
Yeah, that's when That's when Nia called Shayna Adams Family reject. I remember that.
The tag titles, and then had a great moment at WrestleMania in Tampa when we were able to have a match against Natty and Tamina. Like, one of my personal favorites because Tamina was in it, and it was like a huge moment for her.
Yeah, I felt bad for Tamina, man. That was her first championship that she won in 11 years that she's been with the company. I remember when that matchup came on SmackDown. I remember watching it. I reacted to it. It's still on my channel if you guys want to take a look at it. I remember reacting to that, and I got to be honest, I didn't think they were going to win. I really didn't think they were going to win. But when I saw them win, I was like, holy crap. I'm like, bro, Tamina deserves that, man. You know, and then Tamina got to have her shine a bit with those tag titles with her. It was her and Natalya. There was at this podium, if I remember correctly. It was at this podium that WWE had at the time for the superstars, and the superstars would talk a little bit, you know, and stuff like that. I remember when Nia was there, had on the red lipstick, and she was looking scrumptious. I remember that. But anyways, yeah, man, that was dope.
And then when we were able to drop the titles to them, it was huge because that was one of her like first real titles in the WWE.
See, I know.
What else have I done?
You were Queen of the Ring.
Queen of the Ring. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. She's like, what else have I done?
Queen of the
Don't worry,
Ring.
we've got a full hour to talk about all of your.
Look at Nia, bro. Look at the thick thighs, bro.
The Queen of the Ring was awesome. I loved that tournament. Like, I thought it was done very well. Like, all the women's matches were like, we had all time. Like, a lot of them had 3 segments like in these matches, and every single freaking match the women were killing it.
Right.
So I really was proud that I was able to win that tournament because that was a really good tournament with solid talent. And then winning it in Saudi Arabia, freaking cool. I had a moment with Hunter in the ring where I cried like a baby. Well, yeah, I was crying because, you know, like a year ago from that moment, like I was in a totally different place.
Right.
And then Hunter like gave me this opportunity. And so, like, having that, like, moment in the ring with him where he came and crowned me, I was like, thank you so much.
Yeah, and whatchamacallit, shout out to not only Hunter, but it was Natalya's husband, Tyson Kidd, who got Nia Jax at the Royal Rumble in 2023, at that Royal Rumble. Tyson Kidd, he said, hey, Nia, we got a spot available. You want to join? And she joined the Women's Royal Rumble for 2023. So shout out to Tyson Kidd. Thank you for that opportunity. And shout out to Devon Dudley, because Devon Dudley, he trained Nia for, because Nia had meet and greets and autograph signings. That's why when she came in to the Women's Royal Rumble, that's why she wasn't on the Raw after that Royal Rumble. That's why she, you know, wasn't there until September the 11th of that year to commit full time, because like I said, she had autograph signings, private autograph signings, meet and greets, the fan, what they call that? The fan experience, I believe it's called, something like that. She had all that going, so that's why she couldn't commit full time. But during her time off, Devon Dudley, I believe Natalya was there, and there was some other people that was there too that was helping out Nia and training her and getting her ready for her run for when she came back September the 11th of 2023. So shout out to them. Appreciate y'all. Let's continue.
The economy of that's really interesting, right?
Yeah.
Because exactly a year prior to you winning Queen of the Ring, you weren't even working for WWE.
Nope.
And here you are, fast forward a year,
Yeah.
and you're getting this crown put on your head.
Yeah.
It's interesting, when you got released from WWE in 2021, you didn't work anywhere else.
Yeah.
Nope.
You have never worked a match outside of a WWE.
No, but I will say this. I remember in an interview where they asked Nia, would she consider AEW? And she said she would totally consider it. But in my heart, knowing my queen, WWE is home, man. It's home where you belong, queen. When I read that article, I'm like, Oh, Naya, please don't go over there, man. Please don't go over there, man. Do not go over there. They're gonna kill your career, man. But I was like, I understand it. If they pay, hey, if they paying you the money, I mean, you got to do what you got to do at the end of the day, man. Get your money, because that's what this is all about, making your money. You know your value, you know your worth. They willing to pay you, paying top dollar. Hey, you got to do what you got to do as a business person, as a businesswoman. And I would have watched AEW because it's Nia Jax, man. So I have to watch AEW. Look, I'm not a great husband if I don't watch Nia Jax and AEW. Okay, so let's continue.
WWE ring.
No.
When you got released, was there the thought of, I'm going to do the indies or I'm going to go elsewhere?
Great
Not
question.
really. I did.
Finally, Chris Van Vallejo Fish, a great question. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Outside of a WWE ring.
No.
When you got released, was there the thought of, I'm going to do the indies or I'm going to go elsewhere?
Not really. I didn't think that I wanted to wrestle anywhere else. But I did know that I wanted to still wrestle. I didn't even know if I was gonna come back to the WWE, honestly. It was just kind of
Wow.
like I said, it was my whole life at the time. So when I
Right.
was released, it was kind of a shock where I was like, what is my life?
I was
kinda had
pissed.
to reset. I'm like, what is my life right now? Because my whole life's been WWE.
Mm.
And I really didn't think about an after. Which,
Right.
a lot of wrestlers get caught up in that because
Mm-hmm.
it happens to be like that. When we're on the road 5 days a week, you don't really think about an after.
Right.
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah, she's right about that, man. That's why I'm glad. I think it was Alex Shelley of the Motor City Machine Guns. I saw he had gotten a college degree. I forget what he got a degree in, but when I seen that, I was happy for him because, eventually, wrestling stops because your career as a wrestler, it doesn't last forever. It takes out a huge majority, a huge chunk of your life because that's your livelihood. That's your living. That's your living as a person. But it don't last forever like a lot of things. After sports entertainment, WWE, TNA, AEW, etc., 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 there's life after that. So when I seen he got his, I think he got a master's degree. I can't remember what type of degree he got, but when I seen it, I was really happy for him, man. Especially if it's something that you want to do, man. Look, the money you get from WWE, man, put it towards your future, man. That goes for anybody. Whatever job you're on right now, if there's something that you want to do, because obviously, all jobs, whether it's a career or not, all jobs are temporary in your lifetime. At some point, it stops because we all move on to the next phase of life. So while you're at a job or your career or whatever it is that you're doing, use that money and put it towards what you truly want to do, or put it towards something in the future that you've always wanted to do, man. So yeah, man. But anyways, let's continue. My bad, y'all.
wrestlers get caught up in that because it happens to be like that. When we're on the road 5 days a week, you don't really think about an after.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so I didn't think about wrestling anywhere else. Everybody kept saying, try here and go there.
But was it WWE or nothing then? At that point?
Yeah. And the funny thing is I had hit up TJ about the Rumble
Oh, see?
when I wasn't officially back.
Zip!
And I was like, what do you think about, because I was getting in the ring with them, and Maddie and TJ are just hands down the most amazing human beings ever. They brought me in, took care of me. And
I know.
About me, we're trying to get the Rumble. Do you think they'd be up for that? And TJ was like, yeah, I think so. And Hunter was like, yeah, bring her back. And even then, it wasn't like I was fully thinking of coming back. It was just like, maybe I should do this Rumble and then see. But then after I did the Rumble, I was like,
Got the wrestle bug back.
I was like, I miss it, and there's no place like WWE, in my opinion. If you've been here,
That's a fact. You made it.
I don't know why would I go anywhere else.
So
That's
when
right.
you came back for that Royal Rumble, it was truly just a one-off spot?
Yeah. Yeah, it was funny because
I told you.
I came to the back and Bruce was like, hey, do you want to do this again? And I was like, maybe. You know, it wasn't. I didn't even give him a definite yes because I wasn't really sure at that point. But then I sat and I waited. It was like, you know, like a girl like waiting for a guy to call, and I was like, are they gonna call me? Like, you know, I'm kind of...
Bro, Naya, I will call you. I will call you. I will make it a mission to call you if you give me your number. I'm just saying, bro. You ain't got to tell me twice. You ain't even got to tell me once. Okay? Let's get back to the interview.
like sitting around, and then got back in the ring and spoke to TJ, you know, and he was like, yeah, you know, why don't you come back? And I'm like, okay, I was like, let me get in better shape. Let me like start to really work on it. And then my old coach, Sarah Amato at the PC, she's like, just text Hunter. I was like, what do you mean? She's like, you have his number, text him.
Facts.
I texted him, literally, I was sitting at her house. Her son and my nephew play together. And I just said, hey, Hunter, like, you know, how are you doing? Want to chat? And then he literally, like 2 minutes later, he's like, yeah, we can hop on a call later. And I was like, and then it all just rolled from there.
Wow.
Yeah.
So who were, after you got released in 2021, and by the way, did that come as a surprise?
Yes.
Bro, Chris, you was doing good, bro. Like, of course it came as a surprise, man. I'm pretty sure she mentioned it early in an interview, bro. Like, come on, man. Like, oh man. I don't know if they're gonna talk about I don't know if they're gonna talk about any personal things with Naya, with Naya doing endorsements, because I remember at the time when she was released in 2021, I remember she did like, you know, interviews here and there, and then I remember she did she was sponsored by Boost Mobile, I remember. And then I remember, like, you know, she was saying the places that she's gonna be at for the meet and greets, the signing sessions, you know, the picture thing, the private autograph sessions that, you know, that she had. And then I remember, like, somewhere down the line, I remember that I had heard that she had purchased a farm, and which I didn't know. I didn't know Naya was a country girl. I really didn't know, you know. I knew Naya liked animals because I watched Total Divas. I watched when her and Alexa Bliss, you know, had been around the pigs, and I think the Alexa's pig name was Larry, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But I ain't gonna lie, man. I didn't know pigs came like that size. Like, it was so little. It was so adorable, man. I'm like, look how little and cute the piggy is. When I seen Alexa had it, I was like, man, Alexa fell in love, man. But yeah, I don't know if they're gonna talk about that type of stuff. Like, if they're gonna talk about what Naya was doing, you know, after the release, you know, in 2021. But let's continue the interview, man.
It did.
So you're trying to figure out what's life without wrestling.
Yeah.
What was the answer to that question?
Life without wrestling is, I'm so grateful for my family. Like, I have the best family.
Shout out to Mama Jax.
You know, I didn't have to worry about anything. But I had farm. I had bought a farm actually that year.
What animals do you have on this farm?
I have cows. I have a bull. I have some heifers who are pregnant.
She has a bull.
And I have goats. I have chickens. I have a llama.
Shoot.
What's your llama's name?
Carl. Yeah.
What are the cows' names?
Cows. We have.
Shout out to Carl Jr.'s. I'm sorry, I don't know why I thought about that. But anyways, let's continue. Oh my gosh.
Poppy. We have Poppy's the baby. We have Pearl, and we have Carmelita. And then we have Frank the Tank, who's our bull. Yeah.
Frank the
I cut you off. What other animals are there?
No, we did have ducks, but we have bears and coyotes on our property, so they just got eaten.
Wait, she had bears and coyotes on the bro. Who ate the bears, bro? That's what I want to know, bro. If I meet Nia one day, man, I'll be like, bro, who the heck ate the bears? Bro, do you have that on your surveillance camera tape? Because that, bro, do you know how strong bears are? Like, seriously, bears, bro, they have incredible strength, incredible speed. Who the heck can take down a bear, bro? Like, I ain't never heard of that. Like, I've heard the stories with bears, like, you can't even, I can't say the S word because it's YouTube, but you can't even pew pew a bear with regular ammunition. You got to have special ammunition to pew pew a bear. Like it's crazy, man. I ain't never heard of that. But dang, Frank the Tank, Carl's Jr. in the house. All right.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, it happens. And then I have two dogs, Aries and Athena. They're the farm dogs.
Oh shoot.
Who we have to transition to the next pen. But yeah, they're attack dogs. They're Kangles, and they're meant for like farms to like.
They're supposed to scare.
Okay, what's their names again? I guess maybe Benji. Unfortunately passed because Nia didn't mention Benji. I remember when Buster had passed. So if that's the case, if Benji did pass, rest in peace to Benji for sure. Because I remember when Benji was a huge support system for Nia. So I remember those days.
Yeah, we have bears and coyotes on our property, so they just got eaten.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, it happens. And then I have two dogs, Aries and Athena. They're the farm dogs.
Okay, Aries and Athena. So wait a minute, Nia, you had a pet bear? You had a pet bear and a pet coyote? No, she said bears, plural. Hold on.
And we have Carmelita. And then we have Frank the Tank, who's our bull. Yeah.
Okay, I cut you off. What other animals are there?
No, we did have ducks, but we have bears and coyotes on our property, so they just got eaten.
So that's more than one. Okay, she had some Daffy Ducks there. She had some Donald Ducks there. Bro, she said bears. That means she had the whole Bernstein bears on her property. Bro, she had Arthur Reed and his family on her property, bro. She had Yogi Bear and Boo Boo, man. And then she had Coyote, bro. You know what? That is incredible, man. Like, honestly, I don't know if they're going to get into it, but it makes me wonder, like with Nia, how do you train bears? Like, because you know bears can be unpredictable unless she had like the small cubs. I don't know, but having the huge like 7-foot grizzly bears, like man, I'm curious about that. Nah, you know what? If I meet Nia one day, if it happens, I'm definitely gonna ask her about that. Like, bro, at this point, you might as well go Mike Tyson mode and have the tigers there. Shoot, I mean, why not? I mean, I'm just saying, like, shout out to Mike Tyson. I love Mike Tyson, by the way. I'm just saying. All right, let's continue, man.
Yeah, no, it happens. And then I have two dogs, Aries and Athena. They're the farm dogs who we have to transition to the next pen. But yeah, they're attack dogs. They're Kangles, and they're meant for like farms to like.
They're supposed to scare off.
I know
the bears and the coyotes.
They do scare off some of them, but I think there was like a coyote that came through, and they couldn't get to the out of the fence quick enough. It was just it's a thing. Farming is crazy.
Holy crap, man, bro. I wonder if Brock Lesnar ever gave her some tips to farming, because Brock Lesnar, that's like right up his alley. And Nia Jax did say Brock Lesnar is like so cool. So I'm pretty sure he gave her some tips, quite honestly. But Yeah, look, man, look, Nia, look, look. When we get married, okay, can I add a husky to the farm? Please. I've always wanted a husky, man. Like huskies, they're like beautiful. But let's continue.
The amount you're traveling, how are you at the farm?
So
Right.
okay, it's been a dream of mine to own land and like have like all my family live on it.
Wow.
So earlier or like late last year, my best friend was like, "Hey, you have 40 acres, and the plan is to have like my brother live on it too, which we're doing." But he was like, "Can me and my family want to change scenery? We'd love to have our kids come out and be raised on a farm."
Wow.
So then my best friend just moved out, and currently right now his house is being built, so he's living in an RV on the property. And so the kids love it. He's got 4 kids. They go out and they take care of the animals.
That's
and
so cool.
They
This
do
is
all
in
the
Florida?
This is in Florida.
Wow.
Wow, that's crazy, man. That is crazy. Obviously, I mean that in a good way. Like, that's really crazy. But shout out to her friend, for getting for being with Nye, being with Nye and the whole nine, and then getting their own house and everything like that over there in Florida. That's incredible, man. I didn't think, because usually when I think of Florida, I think of Florida as like a vacation state. I never thought of Florida as like, a country farm state. When you think of like the country and the farm life, you think of places like Arkansas or like Virginia or like Alabama, you know, somewhere there, or maybe the Dakotas, like that type of like farm. Like I never thought Florida had places like that. That's new to me, because when I think of Florida, I think of Miami, I think of the beach, I think of the clear blue water, I think of Disney World. I think of what else they got there? They got what else? They got the teams, the Miami Heat, the Rays, the Panthers, the Marlins, the Jaguars and stuff like that. Like I think of it as like they got the clubs, the nightclubs, the scenery and all that. I never knew that. Holy crap. Okay, congrats, Naya. Okay.
With the amount you're traveling, how are you?
And that's incredible, because Naya has to work out. Naya has to get up early. Naya has to be on the road. Naya has to do interviews like this. Naya has to promote, WWE. She has to shoot scenes, rehearse lines, rehearse moves, with whoever she's working with, rehearse the matchup, in the ring and all of that. Got to travel internationally, and then like to come back home. I'm pretty sure her bestie, like when like she's on the road and all, I'm pretty sure her bestie takes care of everything on the farm, man, which is dope. It's really dope to have people that you can trust like that, man. That's really, really, really amazing. But let's continue.
So it's been a dream of mine to own land and like have like all my family live on it. So earlier or like late last year, my best friend was like, "Hey, you have 40 acres, and the plan is to have like my brother live on it too, which we're doing." But he was like, "Can me and my family want to change scenery? We'd love to have our kids come out and be raised on a farm."
Wow.
So then my best friend just moved out, and currently right now his house is being built, so he's living in an RV on the property. And so the kids love it. He's got 4 kids. They go out and they take care of the animals.
That's so cool.
Oh, he's living in an RV. Yo, I've seen some RVs, man, and like RVs, bro, they look just like they look just like a house. They got the TVs, the bathroom, the kitchen area, the living area. And I remember when I first started seeing them, I'm like, dang, I didn't know that you could like have all this stuff in a mobile home setting. I didn't know that because I've seen RVs before, but the way they're hooking them up now, yo, it's crazy, man. It is crazy. But wow, he's in an RV on the property with his children, bro. He got to have like a huge RV, bro, because it's the bestie and 4 kids. Yeah, he got to have a huge RV, and then plus, I'm pretty sure they spend like a lot of their time, out, doing, the farm chores, and they probably, chill in Naya's crib and, able to, relax and whatnot.
Florida?
It's in Florida.
Wow.
Yeah. So like that is where like my time went to, was like the farm and my family, and then help my brother. Like he started a business, and
Oh, he did. Congratulations, Big Ben.
And then I was trying different things to figure out what I wanted, like what my passion was. And like I said, I really got like deep into my faith.
Yeah.
And I got baptized again.
Yep.
And
I seen that.
And yeah, that I was, for me, like God really helped settle my anxiety and what I was going to do next, because I just put my life in His hands, and then, I mean, He's brought me this far.
I feel
See, that's what I'm talking about, man. See, you put your trust and faith and belief in the Lord, okay, and all your dreams will come true. All right.
like with the farm, you're already setting up for life after wrestling.
Yes.
Like if you didn't have a plan before.
Yeah, that's literally what it was. Where it's like I just had no plan, and then it was like, okay, well, let's start moving, let's start shaking, and it's great. I'm very blessed.
Do you think about how much longer you want to wrestle?
It's
Chris, don't say that, man. Don't say that. This woman is the reason why I watch WWE, bro. Why you gotta ruin the moment, man? Shoot, we was having a great dialogue or trilogue, because there's 3 people here. Okay, we was having a great trialogue, and you have to ruin it with that question, bro. Shoot. Hopefully Nia says the next 58 years. Okay. Maybe not 58 years. Okay. You got me. Okay, maybe the next 48 years. All right? Maybe the next 48 years. All right? Shoot.
no, because as many times as I'm like, well, maybe after this, or I've won this title and I've done this, I'm like, oh, I can still do this.
Yeah, Nia!
All this new talent. I'm like, hey, I would love to work with this new talent and
Yeah!
do stuff with them and help them out, possibly.
Yeah!
So I haven't really like said, oh, this is the, when
Yes!
I'm gonna be done.
She's gonna be around
It
forever!
just happens like, naturally, where it's like, okay, I think it's my time, where I've kind of given enough back to the business, who's given a lot to me. So we'll see.
They always talk about a bump card, right?
Yeah.
I feel like you've still got a lot of
Oh.
punches left on that.
Yeah.
On that bump card. I'm talking about like hole punching. It,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because you started your career a little bit later,
Yes.
right? And then you had some time off.
Yeah.
So like, you have as many bumps as like someone that's maybe 30 or something
Yeah.
like that.
So I'm down. I mean, and also, like I said, like back in the day, it was like, you can't really bump. You don't really do these things. So like.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You could go whole matches.
Bro, whoever said that, man, you're an idiot. Okay? This woman can do whatever she wants. All right? Hands down. All right? Shoot.
Without bumping.
Yeah, no, that's literally what it was. And it was just like the art of trying to not bump is, people were like, oh, I was actually harder to figure out how to not bump in a match. You know what I mean? Than to like just constantly like keep doing these crazy things. But now it's different, right? Like I am definitely like up to do. It's funny because Naomi, her and I would like always come up with these crazy matches. And I'm like, sis, what can you do to bump me? Like, I want to take a cool one. She always like, and, she had such a great heel turn, and like her return was epic as ever. And so when we'd have matches, like we'd always try to figure out something cool to do to like challenge ourselves.
Yeah. When you talk about family.
Yeah, shout out to Naomi, man. Shout out to Naomi. Naomi and Nia always been like this. So, yeah, Naomi and Nia always been like this. Nia and Alexa Bliss always been like this. Nia and Shayna always been like this. Uh, I don't know if Nia and Charlotte is still close. I don't know. I don't know. Because I remember at one point there was kind of close. I remember back in the day. Uh, I don't know. They're probably still cordial, obviously, because they're grown behind women. So I don't know if they're still like this. I know Nia and Soraya is like this as well. My bad, y'all. I'm pointing out all of Nia's besties in the business. Let's get back to the interview. All right.
I'm so curious. How exactly are you related to The Rock?
Everybody asks that. So his grandfather Peter Maivia is my dad's first cousin.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's how we are related.
So are you part of the legendary Samoan family tree?
Yeah.
Bro, what kind of question is that, bro? What kind of question is that? Bro, you seen the WrestleMania 40 promo segment with Rock, Roman, and Cody. You seen when the whole bloodline tree was revealed. And Nia's name was right there on the top far right. What kind of question is that, bro? You just heard her say that The Rock is related to Peter Maivia. And you just heard her say that Peter Maivia is her dad's, did she say dad's first cousin? If I'm not mistaken. You just heard her say that. Like, of course she's part of the bloodline tree, bro. Like, what?
I'm so curious. How
What kind of
exactly are you
question is
related
that?
to The Rock?
Everybody asks that. So his grandfather Peter Maivia is my dad's first cousin.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's how we are related.
So,
And also, I just want to put this out there, man. When Nia tried out for WWE back in 2014, she told her family members, like Tamina and The Rock, because she did work out with The Rock. She told them, do not say anything to WWE. I want to earn this opportunity. Don't say I'm related to you. Don't say nothing. And they kept their mouth shut. They did. And for Nia to, withstand those 3 workout tryouts and make it, she would have been in anyway. So I'm just saying.
so are you part of the legendary Samoan family tree?
Yes. So on that tree he put up, I don't know if
Yeah.
you saw, I was at the top.
At the top?
I was at the top. Yeah, I wasn't down on the bottom. Not
She was at
bottom.
the top
I'm
right.
just saying I was at the top up there.
So technically, you're related to Roman?
Yeah.
What do you mean technically? She is.
Somewhere?
Yeah.
Technically, you're related to the Usos?
Yes. Technically.
Bro, this guy's getting me mad, bro. Stop asking stupid questions, man. You asked one good question, now you're going back to stupid questions. Shoo.
Technically, you're
Technically.
related to Yokozuna?
Yes.
Somewhere along the line?
Yeah.
Like many cousins?
Yes. If you ask my dad could fully pull out like a lineage. I know that he said there's somewhere like he knows how to link me up with the Usos mom, like how we're like directly like related to their mom, and my like the elders are usually the ones in the Samoan culture that keep like we're here, like this family we're related to through here, and like this last name we're related to through here, which is a beautiful thing about the Samoan culture because we like to keep it family oriented, but somewhere down the line we're all cousins, we're all related.
You were born in
That's
Australia.
facts.
Yeah.
How many years did you live there?
Sydney, I was only there for I think a year.
Okay.
Yeah, because we moved to Hawaii soon after. Like I was a year, and I was raised on the North Shore.
So technically, the first Australian women's champion?
Oh, I totally claim that.
Like,
What do you mean technically, bro? She is, man. She is. Okay? She is. And if I'm not mistaken, Nia is the first Samoan woman to become women's champion as well. Yeah, she is. Mention that on your show, okay? Shoot. It's not Diarrhea Ripley. It's Nia. Suck it, Diarrhea Ripley.
And
Shoot.
guess what?
Yeah, I'm like,
Suck it.
I know I think it was her husband. They said first Australian champion one time, and I tweeted, I was like, technically, I was like, it was me, but like being a dick, because that's yeah. I was like, I'm claiming that I'm the first Australian champion, women's champion.
That's right. You claim it,
We were on the
queen.
show, and we were talking about the stink face, and she said it was all your idea.
Bro.
How did this idea come about?
Well, I mean, it was my idea to do stink face. It wasn't my idea for her to get them friggin' cheeks out. But
What the hell?
so obviously that's what I do, right? I do the stink face, and as a heel, I like to just rub it in, literally.
Rub it in my face, Nia.
Like we were on a live event. I thought one night, let's change this up. Why not? Like because it was a cool triple threat moment, me, her, and Shayna. And I was like, why don't you give me a stink face? She's like, really? And Josh or Jake.
I let my intrusive thoughts win. All right. Just saying. I remember when she did it to Alexa Bliss. Man, Alexa Bliss, she was fighting. Oh, man. Alexa Bliss was fighting for her life, man.
Uso was there. And I was like, hey, she's about to hit. She's like, you mean like Rikishi style? I was like, yeah, do the full Rikishi. Like, get it. And then, yeah, we did it. And obviously, like, the crowd went nuts, and then it was a viral moment, and yeah, then we had a good time. We actually switched it the couple nights because everybody was expecting it, and I was like trying to be a dick about it. And then I did it to Shayna, where Shayna was like, "Let me have it," and she like closed her eyes, and then like I freaking took out Rhea, and then she didn't realize it was me, and then it was funny. It was a good time.
It's interesting because if this had happened like 30 years ago, right?
Yeah.
If this had happened in the 80s or the 90s, it would have been like, I heard that this thing happened, and like there's
Oh,
no
yeah.
video footage of it anywhere.
Yeah.
Like it would be this like urban
No
myth.
social media
Yes.
back then, yeah.
Instead, like everyone had their
Yeah.
cell phone camera out, and I'm sure by the time you got to the back, it was already everywhere.
It was everywhere. I was talking to some of the guys. I'm like, it's crazy because when they came up, some of the guys who've been here for a while, they're like, yeah, we didn't have all the social media and stuff. So like when they were messing up on the road or like having a match that like, they botched in or whatever, it wasn't all over Twitter or all over Instagram or TikTok.
Yeah.
Like, it stayed in house. Like, oh, you messed up on it. Whoever was in the audience saw it, but that was it. Now it's like it replays over and over. It'll never leave me. It'll never leave
And
never
the
leave my
internet's
side.
so unforgiving, like when it comes to that type of stuff, it just sucks.
Yeah.
Like, but you're no stranger to like viral moments. So
Hell no. My
when you said
hole.
my hole.
Yeah.
I feel like those two words in that moment got you more over than any match, any promo. Like
Yeah.
just that one thing.
I remember when that happened, and I remember when Mick Foley said that WWE Shop should sell my whole shirts. I was like, bro, they should sell those shirts, man.
This wasn't planned out, right?
No. It wasn't like, so it was a table match with Lana, and I don't know if you remember, but during that time, I kept putting her through the table.
Yeah, 9
Yeah.
times, right?
times. I put her through the table 9 times, and then
It was like 8 weeks in a row. It was hilarious. Whatchamacallit, I remember reacting to the My Whole segment, and it's still on my channel, by the way. And I remember that like it was yesterday. It was so funny. I wasn't even expecting her to say that.
like we thought we were gonna have her redemption moment at our Survivor Series, but it didn't happen. So then we ended up having this table match, and when we were rehearsing it, it was suggested that I do a leg drop on the apron. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna bust my tailbone. I was like, and then I was like, what about my hole? Like just as a joke. And I remember saying it to Hunter and being like, like my whole before the show, and then and he was like, yeah, that'd be funny because it was when it was COVID. There was like nobody in the audience, so like you could clearly hear everything we were saying in there.
That's
And
true.
me personally, it was like, I'm gonna say it just to like pop everybody in the back, like Vince and all them, like.
Bro, that was an amazing moment. Honestly, that moment owned the whole year, quite honestly, in my personal opinion, okay? Shoot, that owned the whole entire Pun intended.
As a joke. And Hunter, because he knew, like, we were joking about it before. So yeah, I did it, and it was like, my hole. And then I literally was just like, this is gonna be hilarious, like, for us, right? And then it was trending everywhere. By the time I got to the back, I was like, what the? I thought I was gonna get in trouble. I was like,
bro, you can't get in trouble. That's entertainment, man. Shoot, Nia, sexy, glorious hole. I mean, okay.
Oh my gosh, this is great. They actually had a shirt made. My hole.
They
There
did?
was going to be a
There was
My
gonna
Whole
be
shirt.
a My Whole shirt. The first time I ever got like real merch.
Oh shoot.
And then I don't know what happened, but it just got, but literally it was like about to be like printed out and sold because it was trending for like a few days.
Bro, they should have did
I
it.
don't know. They didn't show me because I was like excited. I was like, "Ooh, I get merch," and they're like, "Yeah," but it got kind of like, and so I don't know what the shirt, but there was about to be My Whole merch,
What?
and it didn't. It was unfortunate. It got stopped.
Could you imagine if that shirt got out and you guys were doing events, like, and there was crowds?
I know it would have been a big deal.
It would have been huge.
Yeah, it would have been a huge hole.
I wonder if these shirts exist anyway.
I don't know. I'd have to ask our
Is
merch
there
guy.
a prototype
I
out there
know.
somewhere?
Yeah,
Oh, send me
prototype.
what we had, because usually they do. They send us like a little like what they're thinking. Like they'll
Yeah.
send oh, here's like a little graphic of what we're thinking. So there has to be something.
It's got to be out
Because
there.
if it got nixed, then there's something for them to pitch.
That kind of sucks that heels don't get merch, really. Like, there's exceptions here and there, but like,
So that's like, to me, that's an old school mentality as well. So I'm never somebody who's like, yeah, get me merch. My old school mentality, because I like was taught, is the baby face gets the merch. But back in the day, the baby face would chip the heel some money.
But you know what? I never really thought about that. The heels not getting merch. If I remember correctly, Hunter had merch. If I remember correctly, when Orton was heel, I think he had merch. Oh, the Nexus, they had merch. They was. I remember everybody had on the Nexus shirt at the time. They had merch. Heck, even the Core had merch. I don't know if the shirt sales did well or not. I remember people saying it was like one of the worst looking design shirts ever. I don't know. But yeah, man, the heels, they do get merch, but I'm trying to think of a heel now that has merch. Does Dominic Mysterio have merch? He should. I don't really see people wearing a shirt of Dominic's, which is crazy because I would think like he's the most popular heel that's within the company. I would think. I've never seen anybody with a dirty Dominic Mysterio shirt. Hell, I've never even seen anybody with a Liv Morgan shirt. You know, I don't know. I've never really seen Soul Sokoa with merch. Come to think of it, he got a point. He got a legit point.
You know, because it's like you're not this baby face unless you have this heel. And it's not like everybody's running to get the heels merch. They're running to get the baby faces merch, and I'm making that baby face.
sure.
So that's my mentality. Obviously, I'm not sitting here being like, hey, give me a percentage of your merch. But like, so I have a hard time being like, yeah, let me get all this merch and like be cool, because I'm purposely wanting to be hated. This is why I don't do podcasts either, because I sit here and I talk and people are like, oh, she's actually not that horrible.
Bro, she was never horrible, man. Even I knew that. Well, then again, I'm her husband, okay? But seriously, man, y'all see, and I've said this in the past, man, like these idiots, they let what they see on TV brainwash them at the end of the day. Because, like, she's a very, very nice person backstage. Like, she was Mama Bear at one point backstage to all the ladies back there in her first run. Like, she was always a nice person. But these idiots, they don't see, because they don't know anything about Nia at all. They just know what they see week in and week out, and that's it. Quite honestly, they don't know anything about Nia. They don't do their research. They don't know Jack Squad, man.
But she's nice.
No, but my
Of
character
course
is
she's
like,
nice.
no, like, F you. I don't care if you care buy my shirt. I don't care if you like me. Like, I'm gonna beat up your hero. They're gonna cry. They're gonna bleed, and you're gonna, when they come up and beat me and get the redemption, you're gonna love them.
Mm.
So that's my mentality behind merch. But like, so I'm not really upset about it.
The big game is almost.
All right. Don't care about your sponsors, Mr. Vallejo Fish.
Get healed. And it worked because it built empathy.
Yeah.
Right? People felt sorry for you. And then when the moment happened, when you got your comeuppance and you got to attack, Alexa was like, yes. How can you not cheer for her?
Yeah.
Exactly.
But the performances you gave during that time were deep.
Yeah.
Like,
It was.
you were crying real tears.
Yeah.
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 That was her breakout year, man. That was her year. That was Nia Jax's year, man.
I mean, it's something, like everybody's been bullied or hurt at one point in their life, and there's something you can pull from, I feel like, in those moments. And Lexi, I just remember her being like, I don't really want to say this. Like,
Yeah.
this is really mean.
Yeah.
I don't really want to do this. Like, she had a hard time.
Yeah, because Alexa Bliss, she's a sweetheart, okay? Alexa Bliss is nothing like that storyline at all, because Alexa Bliss, she loves Nia Jax, man. Like I said, I remember seeing all the videos back in the day of them, doing things backstage and having fun. And, I remember seeing that. And then the Total Divas, I remember watching that. And, seeing the camaraderie with those two, like I said, Alexa Bliss is Nia's sister from another mister, okay? Alexa ain't like that. Alexa ain't mean and cruel like that. That's not Miss Alexa Bliss at all, man.
She's a great human being. And I was like, dude, like, we got to sell this story. We want this. We want to pitch this. Like, this is supposed to be a major storyline. We want this. And so, yeah, I mean, I have been bullied in my life. Like, I mean, my biggest bullies in my life are my brothers. So I really have thick skin, as in, like, they, like, nobody can really hurt my feelings. But there has been times where it's like, yeah, I've been made fun of for the way I look and how big I am and whatnot. And so, like,
F those haters, man. Shoot.
Like, it wasn't that hard to pull from, but I'm really proud of that storyline because we both gave it our all, and she's such a great little actress. Like, I mean, the things she's done,
Did you know you were
5 Feet of Fury, Miss Alexa Bliss.
going to be able to cry on camera?
No, I didn't. So we had an acting coach, and it was something to where it was like in NXT they wanted us to like kind of have some acting experience before we get out to the main roster. Now it's different. I think people like on their own go and do have acting coaches.
Oh wow.
For their promos and stuff. But
Really?
yeah, he just said, hey, like, if you're an emotional thing, like, try to pull from something that really hurts in your life. And so, like, I have something in my head that will literally make me cry on cue. And so I used it.
Bro, I hated seeing Nia cry, man. Like I said, I cried. Like I said, and I'm not ashamed to admit it, I cried when I saw Nia crying, man. And it wasn't only that time I cried for Nia. I cried for Nia when I seen Nia holding her elbow after Shayna Baszler. Okay? After Shayna did what she did, which was Nia's last televised appearance in October of 2021. When I seen Nia holding her elbow, I'm like, no, don't cry, Nia. Shoot. I cried. I don't care what anybody says, okay? Shoot. I'm admitting it.
Yeah.
Shoot.
The way that whole storyline played out, I thought was beautifully done.
Yeah.
And then we're back to booing you again.
And then we're back to
No, I don't boo Nia at all, man. I give Nia a standing ovation each and every single time, okay?
The babyface thing was tough. It
was tough
for me.
Wow.
I don't know. I just have a hard time like being. I don't know. It's hard. It's tough for me being healed. Like, cause I don't give a fuck.
Yeah!
Easier than being like, hey, you know, love me and like be behind me. But
Bro,
no,
I gotta hear that one more time, man. Please say it one more time, Nia.
I don't know. I just have a hard time like being. I don't know. It's hard. It's tough for me being a heel, like, because I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, Nia!
Easier than being like, hey, you know,
Yeah!
love me and like be behind me. But no, I enjoy being a heel.
Well, it's difficult because if you're a heel and they cheer you, who cares?
Exactly.
Right? If you're a baby face and they're booing you,
Yeah.
well, you do something wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, I was there when during the time Roman. Like, I remember we would go all over the world, and like the second his music, he was our top baby face. The second his music hit,
Yeah.
like out of the building.
I remember
But
that.
I always say this when people would come up and I was like, go back and watch Roman matches. Because I'll tell you this, when his music hit and he was booed out of the building, they booed him just because that was like the cool thing to do.
Yeah.
But by the end of those matches, he had those people out of their seats wanting him to win, just because that's how good he is. I said, you know, it was a trend to boo Roman, and he had to find his like niche and place, and he did. But man, those boos were tough.
I think the pandemic was the best thing.
Yeah, honestly, I felt bad for Roman Reigns, man, because I had liked Roman Reigns, and I think a lot of people, like, after the Shield broke up, I think a lot of people wanted to see what was going to happen. Obviously, we saw what Seth, became and what he's done when he left the Shield. I think people was curious to see what are they going to do with Roman. I think that was, people's curiosity. Of course, people was curious about Dean Ambrose too, but obviously with Dean Ambrose, things played out the way it played out. And, Seth, the run that Seth went on, was incredible. But with Roman, I think Roman needed that time away from WWE to figure out not only what he was going to do, but to figure out what he needed to work on, because he had the potential, he had the it factor, but people, they was just booing him incredibly because they felt like Roman was shoved down their throats, so to say. So, but Roman Reigns, man, he's the man. He became the man, and he's done a great job at it. Let's continue.
To happen to Roman because he turns heel and there's no audience there to control. It's like, we're telling you he's a bad guy and he's going to be pushed as a bad guy.
Yeah.
So it ended up working out.
No, it's incredible. Yeah.
How have you developed such thick skin?
Bro, she's German and Samoan, bro. German people are some of the most toughest people on the planet, okay? Samoan people, they have an elevating confidence about them, along with German people, bro. And bro, this woman been through a lot. So she doesn't care whatever negativity you have to say. She doesn't care. Okay? She knows for a fact that she's a beautiful person inside and out. She could care less what you think or what you have to say. Especially these loser virgins that lives on Twitter and Instagram and all these other platforms. She doesn't care about them. They're idiots. They're losers. They're nobodies. They just sit there in their grandmama's basement with Oreo cookie crumbs on their stomach, living off of their Obama phone, texting on there because they have nothing going on for themselves.
Samoan, like, not just Samoan families, but like, big families, like you get made fun of, and like, I just don't have like, and my mom's German and she doesn't have a filter like my Oma.
I told you.
If like there's
bro, I told you, bro. I've been saying this for years since I've been on this platform, bro. Okay? I've been saying it for years, and I'm happy. I'm happy that the queen is confirming it. Shoot.
You don't look good at something, they'd be like, she doesn't have a filter. Like in my Oma, like they don't have filters. Like,
right.
If like there's they think that you don't look good in something, they'd be like, you should go change. That doesn't look good. Like, there was never nothing that like I could handle. Not that they were trying to hurt my feelings. And it's funny because people are like, that's so mean. I'm like, actually no, they love me. Like,
yeah, see, that's the thing, man. That's the thing. See, my generation, they can't handle truth at all, man, because a lot of people in my generation is just weak and soft AF, man. You know, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna want somebody to tell me the truth. I don't care if it sounds bad. Tell me the truth. I don't care if it sounds good, bad, indifferent, whatever. Tell me the truth, because at least I know you care. You care about me. You care about me. You're not going to fake it. You're not going to fake it to make it just to make sure that I'm in a positive space. I'm not going to hurt his feelings because I want him to remain in a positive space. There's nothing wrong being positive. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. But be honest. Being honest has positives, negatives, and indifferences at the end of the day. If I'm wearing a suit to where I look like a fruit striped gum wrapper and it looks horrible, tell me it looks horrible. Well, I would never wear something like that, but I'm just saying, if it looks horrible, tell me it looks horrible. I'll be like, oh, okay, well, you know what? I appreciate it. Thank you for your honesty. You know, I'm not gonna rock this. I'm not gonna be like, well, you said I look horrible. Oh my god. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna be like, okay, you know what? This is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna change out of that. You know, I'm gonna just wear something solid. I'm gonna just keep it real simple. I might wear, you know, a red sport jacket, black, collared shirt, white tie, and some red pants, and I'll go with that. I think that'll set the mood. Like, bro, like telling the truth is not being negative or mean, bro. Like, I'd rather hear it from somebody that cares about me than to go out there and make myself look like a fool. Like, hey, yeah, my generation, man, y'all need to toughen up, man. Like, seriously. But anyways, let's continue.
My mom loves me so much, she wants to make sure I look my best. You know what I mean? Like, my brothers make fun of me because they love me. You know, if they didn't care, they wouldn't say anything.
That's what I'm talking about.
So I never really take any like criticism like to heart, because I have had tough love growing up, and it's always because it's love.
F Dave Meltzer, bro. I had to get that out of my system. Okay. And shout out to the Queen for defending Roman Reigns. She knows what I'm talking about. I know my queen. But anyways, let's continue.
Like, at the end of the day, like, when people, even if they make fun of me or they're going out of their way because they somewhat care, you know, they have an attachment to it. Like,
yeah, because I never thought of it like that. I ain't gonna. I never thought about it like that, but it does make sense. It does make sense, because if you're taking time out of your day to make fun of somebody that you don't even know from a can of paint, obviously you do care about them. Because if you don't care about somebody, you're not going to take the time out of your day to make an edit of them, or to make a stupid picture of them, or to make a stupid meme picture, or to make a stupid video about them. I mean, that's what I feel like. If you don't like somebody, you're not going to give them any type of attention at the end of the day. That's just my personal opinion. She's right. She's absolutely right.
They wouldn't. Who goes out of the way to talk shit to somebody they don't have any kind of caring or feeling about?
Exactly, Queen. Queen, we need to get married, bro.
Maybe not just at the Nia Jax character. Like, maybe they're taking personal shots at you.
Yeah, because they don't know her.
They're not any, like, I don't know these people.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They don't know me.
Exactly.
They think they know me. And you know what?
Exactly. Shout out to Edge.
I'm glad they can somewhat relate to a Nia Jax character and take a shot at me. I find that to be something, like, unfortunate for them if they have any kind of anger in their heart to come to attack people. So it
That's
never really
facts.
bothers me. It's usually like a personal problem for them.
That is. And the thing is, look, man. Look. Everybody in the world, they have likes, dislikes, whether it comes to food or to people with likes and dislikes. Me, I'm in the same category because I'm a part of the human culture, the human community. You know, it's normal to like stuff, like people, dislike stuff, dislike people. Me, honestly, people that I don't like, I don't pay them no attention. I'm not gonna go out my way and pay them any attention. I'm gonna act like they don't even exist. I'm gonna give them the Michael Jordan treatment. Like, okay, you exist, but you're not gonna hear your name come out of my mouth because I'm not giving you that attention because I don't want to give you that attention. Like, you do you over there, and that's cool. Do you over there. I'm gonna focus on me, myself, and I. That's how it should be. You're not gonna see me wasting my time making posts and videos nonstop about people that I dislike because first of all, that's childish. Second of all, that's unnecessary. And third of all, to me, that's just dumb, man. That's really dumb. Like, why would you sit there and exert so much energy on this person? Like, it's just crazy, man. And I see it. I've seen it before when it comes to celebrities, when it comes to so-called influencers, and when it comes to other people in certain niches. I've seen it before, and I just sit there and I'm like, really? Like, don't you have anything else better to do? Like, but hey, man, that's some people's life at the end of the day. I mean, it is what it is. You can't control it. But anyways, let's continue.
Moment with Becky Lynch when she became the man.
Becky
Lynch. Did you realize in that moment how big, like, this affected both of your careers? Right?
Yeah.
Did you realize in the moment what was happening?
No.
I ain't gonna lie though, Becky Lynch, she is funny during the. I think honestly, I think Becky Lynch is better as a heel. I think she's way better as a heel. Because to me, I've seen both the heel Becky and the face Becky, and to me, it looks like heel Becky gets more of a reaction than the face Becky. I mean, that's just my personal opinion based off of what I've seen. Like the Big Time Beck's character, that was pretty good. The Hollywood, what they call that? Self-obsessed character that she's doing now. It's entertaining. It is, and like I said, to me, Becky Lynch is better as a heel. Way better.
She became the man. Did you realize in that moment how big, like, this affected both of your careers, right?
Yeah.
Did you realize in the moment what was happening?
No. I do realize in the moment when I hit her, I felt it like on my knuckle, a little.
Oh, shoot.
And then, because when it happened, I don't know if you watched, I turned. This will be funny.
It's already funny.
Go back to the beginning where we came in and they were like, hey, we got to sell this match. Like, go in there, give it your all, say sorry later. Like a producer said that to us. And I was like, all right, we're in there. And naturally, I feel like I'm an easy target because I'm the biggest girl. And they were like, so I kept getting punched, like hit, like from all angles. And I'm like,
right. And the thing is, bro, there was so many women in the corner. I remember watching that and I'm like, bro, this is not a good look because when you get tackled like that, when you get, well, not tackled, but when you get jumped on like that and ganged up on like that, you basically covering up, because you're not looking to see who's throwing the punches, who's throwing the kicks or the blows. You just looking to cover up. And when you're looking to cover up, you can't see who you're targeting as far as like getting, a punch in or whatever. And that's what happened. It wasn't done on purpose. It really wasn't.
So I'm whatever, and I'm in the corner with Naomi, and we're fighting, and somebody comes and just clinks me in the back of my head, and I just turn around, and I'm like, get the F off me.
Exactly.
I didn't realize it was Becky. I thought it was Lana. And I like turned and connected, and I was like, and I felt it. And I was like, oh, I didn't realize how bad it was until I looked down and I just saw her bleeding all over the mat.
Bro, I told you. Nia Jax is the strongest human being on the roster, okay? She is a certified goddess, okay? Shoot, the strength that's in those hands. Shoot, bro, let me tell you something, okay? Man, woman, alien, cement block, you do not want to get in the way of Queen Nia Jax, okay? Because if you do get in the way, you are going to feel the wrath, okay? you are going to feel the wrath of those hands that can deadlift over 315 pounds. Okay? I'm just saying. Shoot.
And then she rolled out, and Dana was looking at her, taking care of her. And then we get done, and we go to the back, and I'm sitting there going, oh my gosh, like, I'm in so much trouble. Like, this is it. I think they're done with me.
No, they're not. They can't do that. Bro, if they would have did that, I would have been in Stamford, Connecticut the next day, picketing outside the WWE office. I would have been there nonstop, 24/7, 365, until they would have gave Nia her job back. Shoot. That's what husbands do for their wives, okay?
And then Becky was in the trainer's room, and I couldn't go in there, and they were checking her out, and I was just trying to make sure she was okay.
Shoot, just like I did in February of 2023 when I had my sign. Okay, I still got it. Where's it at? Where's it at, man? Shoot, here it is, right here. When I had my sign. All right. Shoot, I was campaigning. All right, I was campaigning in February of 2023. Okay, I had my sign out there. I had my sign. All right, because I wanted Nia back. Shoot. Just saying.
Okay, and then I had to go talk to Vince and the producers, and they were all quiet but like talking to each other and not saying anything to me, and I'm just like, what am I? And then I just saw it replay like in Gorilla. They had it like on the screen. He was talking to Kevin, like, let me see the footage.
Dang, they had it on replay in the meeting? Holy crap. Golly. Bro, that's doing way too much, bro. Like, that's way too much.
They were replaying it from every angle, and I was like, oh man. It was like a tough time, and then Vince was like, it's not ballet. He's like, shit's gonna happen.
Exactly. It's not ballet. All these idiots are saying, oh well, it's fake. It's fake. Okay, it's fake. You get your behind in there and train in there with the wrestlers. And let's see, when you get slammed, let's see if it's fake. When you get punched, let's see if it's fake. Shoot. See, Vince, he loves Nia because she's big. Okay? She's big and strong. Okay? I was just against Vince when he released her in October of 2021. I was against him for that. Because he should have let her have her break, man. But yeah, look, man, this ain't ballet. Look, Kane took a big boot to Shawn Michaels' left eye. I think it's his left eye that's lazy today. Look, it happens, okay? Seth Rollins, I believe, powerbombed Finn Balor into the barricade, forcing Finn Balor to relinquish his Universal Championship. I mean, like, come on, things do happen. It happens. Look at Hunter. When Hunter did a pedigree to Marty Jannetty, did you see the way his head bounced off of the canvas? Like, come on, like things happen. Hell, even The Rock complained after Shawn Michaels sweet chin music him in the chin hard. I mean, things happen at the end of the day. There's nothing you can do about it. This is a contact predetermined sport. It is what it is. Heck, even Hulk Hogan was complaining when Kurt Angle was being rough with him in the ring. I mean, come on. Like, I'm just saying. I don't say nothing about that though. Shoot.
Happened. And I was like, okay. Because I've been cussed out by Vince before for other things.
What? Vince, you cursed out Nia Jax, bro? Bro, you don't curse out Nia Jax, bro. That is illegal. You should be in prison right now for that. You should be in prison right now for the next 32 years, bro. Shoot.
So I thought, like, oh, for sure, I'm going to get cussed out for this. And he was like, it's not ballet, shit happens. He was like, is she okay? I was like, I don't know, I'm checking on her. He's like, go check on her. And then from there, it just exploded, like, all over the internet. And then I think when I tweeted out, it was a joke, and I asked Becky about it if I could. It was like I had a cut on my hand from the punch.
Oh, shoot.
And it was from the movie the campaign.
Yeah.
Like, is anybody asking me how my fist is doing? Like, you know, like I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
That is funny.
Like, I'm a heel, I'm a jest, but it was definitely, people were way too sensitive to it.
Yeah, because people are soft and they're weak AF. That's why they had a problem with it. They're stupid, they're soft, and they're weak as baby crap. Okay.
When I went nuclear heat, and I'll never forget, the next week was Survivor Series, and I wasn't supposed to win that match. I was supposed, like, whatever, it was supposed to be, I think it was Sasha was supposed to win that match, and it was still trending about the punch, and everybody was telling Vince, like, hey, like, the internet is still going nuts about Nia punching Becky in the face. And then right before the doors opened, he was like, finish change, Nia over. And he said, yeah, when you go out there, you show your fist and you smile. I was like, all right.
Yeah.
Completely different direction.
I know.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, totally. I could have been. I fired that time.
Well, they could have just been like, we're not putting you on TV for
yeah,
however many months.
yeah.
They turned it into something.
No, he thought, he was like, it's a great opportunity. He was like, go out there, put your fist up, and smile.
Right. So this now makes you a mega heel.
Yeah.
Bro, I remember when Nia did that when she first came back, when her and Becky Lynch had that ladder match. I think they had that ladder match at day one, Monday Night Raw. And I think Nia did that because Nia, if I'm not mistaken, Nia was dressed in purple and black. And I remember when she wait, what's the ladder match? I can't remember. Was it the ladder match? It might have been the matchup before that, then, that those two had, because I remember Nia, if I'm not mistaken, Nia went over in that matchup, and I remember when Nia, like, BAM! Hit Becky with an uppercut, and Nia was, like, pointing at her fist. I remember that.
It turns Becky into, you know, the man.
Yes.
And, you know, a mega baby.
That's right. You hear that, Becky Lynch? If it wasn't for Queen Nia Jax, you wouldn't have a career. Okay? Just saying.
Face.
Yeah.
Amazing how one accidental moment
Yeah.
changes both your careers.
Yeah. No, it definitely, it's crazy. And, you know, Becky's already, she was already kind of going down that path, I think, with her, like, her promos and stuff, like being that badass. And I think that picture of her up in the stands bleeding, like, totally just being the badass that she is, just set it off.
Was it a similar moment when you threw Jade into the steps?
F Jade!
Jade's bleeding everywhere.
That was weird.
No, I'm glad Jade was bleeding. Good. Good. Make her bleed. Shoot.
Because I know I'm strong. I know I am strong.
See, I told you.
But yeah, that to me, I didn't realize that even happened. I didn't realize she hit her head that hard on the steps. So when I saw it, because I didn't actually get to see the full extent of it until later, I was very shocked.
Bro, if Nia makes me bleed, bro, the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to tweet out, or whatever these social media platforms is, bro, I'm gonna tag Nia. I'm like, love you, Nia. Shoot.
She split open that badly. But you know, it was definitely different. It was a different moment for sure. But yeah, that was pretty scary.
So scary when you got busted open by a chair. Like, Tiffany drop kicks this chair in your face.
Yeah.
Bro, why don't you talk about the time when Diarrhea Ripley busted Nia open during her first run? Why don't you talk about that, Chris Van Vallejo Fish? Why don't you talk about that? Okay? Shoot.
It's like instantly,
Yeah.
blood everywhere.
Well, so it's funny because we get blood for, like, licensing, and every time it's like my thing. Every time we give blood, like, we have to give blood, that night in the match, I will always bleed. So there was one match, it was pre-taped, and I hit my head, and I was bleeding all over but it, you know, it was a tape show, so they were able to, like, kind of edit the blood out. And that same day, we had to give blood, and because when she hit, my dumbass had the chair here.
No, don't say that, Nia. Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say you're dumb A double snakes. Don't say that. Okay?
Down more.
Yeah.
And instantly popped, and I was just, but it, you know, your blood thins when you give blood, and so it was already thin, and it was just, I mean, it it was funny because I took a picture backstage, and that was even after I'd already kind of cleaned up. I was just bleeding everywhere. But yeah,
Dang.
crazy. Tiffany Stratton,
the toughest woman ever, bro. Nia Jax.
Yeah, after they because the doc had to come check and see if I needed like more attention, and so he was like dabbing me, and then
Did you need stitches?
I got I got stitches on that one. Yeah, I don't know. You can't really see it anymore.
Really?
I heal pretty good.
Job.
Yeah.
Yeah. Feeling like Wolverine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of Wolverine, bro, Nia, we need you as Wonder Woman, man. I saw the interview that you had. Please portray Wonder Woman, man.
It's with live.
Look, Rock, hook her up, all right? Shoot.
Yeah.
Where, I mean, you just crush her
Yeah.
in the finish. Like, I don't know how she walked out of there.
Well, she's a tough cookie. I'll tell you that.
Bro, Lyra is Irish, man. You know, Irish people are tough. What are you talking about, Chris? Shoot. Cannot break an Irish person's spirit.
Is a tough cookie. But yeah, that was something that somebody had pitched in the like for the match, like, hey, let's try this, like something different, you know. I just when I didn't like we rehearsed it, but when we didn't go fully in rehearsal, right? Like I'm like, hey, like this is a one-time shot, like you don't want to keep taking this if you don't have to. So then we did it in a match, and I remember like landing pretty, like I was full blown, like all 270 pounds of me were in the rib cage. So,
I ain't gonna lie, Knight. You can put all your 270 pounds on my face. Shoot. I ain't gonna hold you.
She took it like a champ, and you know, I give her all the credit because she's tough.
It just looked like devastating.
Yeah.
It's supposed to look
Well,
devastating.
I mean, I know how tough she is. She'll probably be like, no, it's fine.
That's what she told me.
Yeah, no, that was all my weight. Her, and I think she's gotten it, and Lash got a pretty bad one too in NXT. I gave her a similar finish, and that was
Thea Hale, though. Thea Hale, you would think Thea Hale, man, will be broken into 50 million pieces, quite honestly.
She got the wind knocked out of her for sure.
Quick timeout from this episode.
All right, man. We don't want to see your advertisements, man.
BBB today.
All right.
Is it true
All right, Chris Van Valet Mignon. All right, let's get back to the interview, bro.
Go to the top rope?
Yes.
Like, you will not, like, there was this Total Divas episode, right?
Yeah.
Oh, they bringing it up!
Heights, and you didn't even know how to climb up the top rope.
So I've done it, like Norman Smiley, one of my favorite coaches, Coach Sarah Amato, Norman Smiley, like Billy Gunn, Joey Mercury, all these coaches that I had down at NXT, like.
Bro, Joey Mercury is a coach? Bro, at this point, Johnny Morrison, he needs to be a coach. At this point, wow. I didn't even know, wait a minute. I didn't even know Billy Gunn was a coach. Holy crap.
Were amazing. And Norman like pulled me aside. He's like, you could do it. So I've tried to get up there. It's just like, I can do it when I'm practicing maybe because I am afraid of heights.
Oh.
And it's just like in a match is a whole different story.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but maybe
yeah, I remember watching that Total Divas episode, and I remember Nia saying that she's scared of heights. And I remember they had the mat in the ring as a I guess as a layer of security, or you know, they probably had the mat there to like for Nia to take her bump, like in case like she made it to the top rope, and let's say if she attempted a splash or something like that, like the mat, you know, just absorbs, you know, the impact and all that good stuff. So.
Adrenaline's going in the match. They're going to make it easier.
You know what? That's going to be my goal, is to make it to the top rope. That is going to be my goal. For if I get another WrestleMania match, I'm going to the top rope.
Nia, you can do it, man. I know you can do it. You're going to kill it, man. You are going to kill it on that top rope, man. Bro, you are going to kill it. You're going to be flying like Superwoman. Well, I ain't gonna lie, Nia, you are my superwoman. I ain't gonna hold you. Oh man.
I love that.
Yeah,
People will remember this.
Yeah, like hey, I've been like the hole punching, right?
Yes.
It's another bump I gotta take.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah,
that's great.
Hole punch that.
Is there a match that you wish people would focus on more? You wish people would ask you about more? One that you're really proud of?
Ooh, that's a really, really good question, man. I feel like the Diarrhea Ripley matchup that she had in her second run, I feel like that was Nia like at her best, in my personal opinion, because she was just coming back. Nobody really dominated Diarrhea Ripley. Even though Nia lost the matchup, Nia completely eradicated Diarrhea Ripley. And if I'm not mistaken, Diarrhea Ripley, she was bleeding too. I mean, Nia pulled out all the stops from a power standpoint, technician standpoint, submission standpoint, endurance standpoint. Nia killed Diarrhea Ripley, man. I would say that matchup, in my personal opinion, that matchup was like Nia going off, and she killed it. But I wonder what the Queen is going to say.
I was really proud of that Tiffy match I had with, even though it ended in blood.
That was good too.
Thank you.
Right.
I was really proud of that match, just because I was really proud of that Tiffy match I had with, even though it ended in blood.
Yeah, but how cool did you look?
Thank you.
Right.
I was really proud of that match, just because it was something. So we did so many things in it. The storytelling I got with Tiffy, I felt as though like I kind of wish our story would have. I know the cash in was a great moment, but I kind of like
no,
I
it wasn't
working with her, and she's one of the best. But like I kind of wish we had a bigger showcase PLE for that match.
She's
it was
right.
It was like on a random SmackDown.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, she got a point because if I'm not mistaken, like when Naomi cashed in, she did it at a PLE. So Nia is right about that. It was just on a random SmackDown, and like what? She got a point. That's a valid point. I mean, the Queen always has valid points. Okay, I'm just saying.
But I kind of wish I could have done that in a bigger show. I love every match I have with Asuka. I love working Asuka. My match with Charlotte, where we kind of got into a little tiff,
you beat the hell out of Charlotte.
What's going on there?
Beat her.
It was the miscommunication.
Shoo.
I will say I'm going to call it a miscommunication. Things got heated, like legit got heated in that match, and I did warn her a few times to stop, like to chill out, and
chill out.
She didn't. And so then I two-pieced her. And, we came back and once, we were calm and, we were level.
Stupid Charlotte, you grabbed my hair. You damn right the Queen is going to grab your hair. Shoot, you need to chill out. Like EPMD once said, you got to chill, man.
We all kind of were just like, all right, it got kind of out of hand. But sometimes that happens, but yeah, it just got a little out of hand. It got hot, and we started swinging.
Are you guys good now?
Oh yeah, we're good.
Of course.
It was definitely. Everybody was like, "What just happened?"
I remember, and you know what? I remember this on Instagram. Charlotte had tagged Nia Jax in an Instagram story, and this was after that, if I'm not mistaken. And she had tagged Nia Jax in an Instagram story post, and Charlotte had a picture. I think it was a picture of Nia, and it was a picture with other women as well. And Charlotte had said that these are the women that has inspired me and influenced me to be a better woman. And when I seen Nia tagged in that, because Nia had shared it on her Instagram story, and I was like, look at Nia Jax, man. Oh man, she is so influential, man. But on a serious note, because like I said, I know that they were tight before that happened, but I don't know how things transpired, you know, after that situation. But when I seen that post by Charlotte on Instagram, it made me think like, when I seen her, give Naya her flowers, I was like, oh, okay. So they probably cool, and all that stuff. So yeah, man. Let's continue. We only got like a little bit of time left in this interview, so let's wrap it up.
Like even the crowd, like, because when it happened in the moment, like I couldn't hear anything because I was angry, like I was legit pissed, so I didn't hear anything. But then when I felt the dead silence of the crowd, like I think the crowd was kind of like
they're trying to figure it out.
Like they're like, is this like really happening? And I could hear Corey Graves, like the commentary is the only thing I could hear.
Bro, I remember reacting to that too, man.
Because the crowd was dead silent because I think they were kind of in shock, like what just happened. Yeah.
Facts.
So yeah, it was definitely a moment. So that was a match. I'm like, oh. But then we were able to redeem ourselves after that. I don't know. I can't. Like I said, I don't ever remember like all the things I've done.
Is there someone you haven't worked with yet? Can't wait to work with?
Ooh, now that's a good question.
I had a couple matches against Raquel, and I wish I want to have like a big Haas match with Raquel.
Yeah.
Like she's, I had like a Haas match against Lash Legend, and now she's my tag partner, which I'm super excited. But like me and Raquel, like I feel like we could definitely get in there and have like a big Haas match.
Honestly, can you imagine Raquel and Nia in a tag team, bro? Ain't nobody stopping that tag team. I'm talking about like right now, bro. Ain't nobody stopping them as a consistent tag team. That ain't happening. I'm just saying.
I would love to work her, and I mean honestly, everybody I feel like it challenges me differently. Like if I'm working on a match with Liv, it's different than I'm working on a match with Raquel, then I'm working with Jade, then I'm working with Tiffy. Like, So I get kind of excited every time I'm like, ooh, what can I do in this match, or what can we tell?
Your career almost ended before it started because you were involved in this incredibly scary car accident in 2014, hit by a drunk driver.
Yeah.
What?
I remember from that.
So that night we went to my Uncle Alpha, my Uncle Alpha's wrestling school. He had like an end of the year like party and award ceremony. I went with my Auntie Ata. She always goes and like enjoys it because wrestling's like her passion. She loves wrestling. And I remember asking to go to that Alpha Live events from Coach Bill DeMont. And after the ceremony, we were all going to a restaurant to have dinner. And we were just driving, and it wasn't nearly that late at night. It was kind of like evening time. And we were pulling up to a stoplight, and literally it just felt like an explosion like happened. Like just we weren't expecting anything. It just felt like something, like a bomb went off. And I just remember at the moment, like my ears were ringing, I couldn't breathe, and I just kept trying to like say something to my aunt, but I couldn't speak. Like I didn't know at the time. I guess my collarbone just snapped in half, and it was like cutting in, but I couldn't like breathe or say anything. And I'm looking at her, and she's stuck behind.
No, don't cry, Queen. Don't cry. Please don't cry.
Behind the wheel.
No, don't cry, Queen. You're gonna make me cry, man.
But yeah, it was a crazy moment. We didn't realize at the time that a cop was chasing a drunk driver. They were like pulled her over, I think, and then she took off, and then she just like without the brakes, had no brakes. She just hit us full speed, dead on. Thankfully, like the car protected us. I feel like the airbags came out and all that stuff, and
because you're in an SUV.
Yeah, we were in a Cadillac SUV.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh man.
And then I got out of the car, and it was real quick. The cops were there already because the cop was chasing the drunk driver, and so the ambulance came quick soon after, and they had to get the jaws of life to get my aunt out.
Is that Rock's mom?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What kind of injuries did you have?
So I didn't realize at the time, but my collarbone had snapped. My right collarbone. This one snapped in half, and that was it. I just thankfully walked away with that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because when you look at the photo,
Yeah, I know.
which Rock shared that on Instagram, right? And you look
Yeah.
at that photo and you're like, I can't believe anybody walked away from that.
I know.
How lucky are you guys?
Oh, we were so lucky and so blessed, and like Dwayne couldn't get over it. He was just like, because he didn't like obviously we told him we were in a car accident. He didn't like know the full wrath of it until he saw the pictures, and he kept just saying, oh my gosh, thank God, like thank God you guys are okay. Like my aunt, like we had to go to the hospital, and we didn't know what was wrong with because she had a little bit of some internal bleeding, and they had to make sure she was okay. But it was it was definitely a scary moment.
And what an appreciation it must give you.
Goodness.
Oh,
Just how fleeting all of this is.
it like I said, like my faith getting back into like the church, and my faith has really helped me. But I can't ever forget that moment. It literally it felt like a full explosion, and yeah.
Was there one particular moment that pointed you in the direction of like, I want to get back into my faith?
Being like when I got fired, when and just thinking like I don't know what I have to offer this world. Like I didn't know what like was for me.
I'm not gonna lie, man. Like everybody has, experience. Like I guess you call it a downfall. To where you fall into depression and you have high anxiety, and when you find your calling, you wanna stay with that calling for as long as you can, which Naya found with wrestling. But Naya was doing other things. She was still doing the modeling. She still did the runway. I remember watching that. She did the runway. Um, she did shows, advocating against bullying and uplifting the young women. She did things for WWE where she visited sick children, and she did things where she gave speeches, against bullying and things of that nature. I think with Naya, I think Naya could have did those things. I think Naya could have been a motivational speaker. I think Naya could have, been a model. I think Naya could have went into the fashion industry, but maybe that's not where her heart lies at. Because it's hard to walk away from something that you have your heart set on. It is really, really hard to walk away. And for Naya, that was wrestling all the way. She was basically born into it. That's what her family does. Wrestle. That's the cornerstone of her family at the end of the day. And, yeah, you can do other things, and yeah, you might like to do other things, but nothing replaces wrestling, man. Like I said it before, like years ago when I first started doing this content creation, live stream and stuff. I said Naya would have made an amazing model. Like she would have been like breaking down barriers for plus size women. Like I could see Naya being a model. I could see Naya having her own clothing brand. I could see Naya having her own fragrance. I could see Naya just doing it all, man. I could see Naya having her own clothes, her own shoes for women, all that good stuff. Jewelry even. I could see that. But Naya is comfortable where she's at today with, wrestling, got her farm. She's happy. That's the most important thing, man, is to be happy with not only yourself, but happy with who you have around you in your circle, happy with the situation that you're in, happy with where you're at from a professional and business standpoint. And Nia looks genuinely happy, man. And I'm happy for her, man. Because I love this woman, man. I just want her to be in a great place at all times, man. That's what it's all about.
And it was just it was dark. And I had a really great, like my mom was always like, helping me and supporting me. And then I turned to Nikki Bella and I just said, like, I think I need help. Like, I think I need to like talk to somebody. And she said her and Bree go to this great lady. Her name's Carrie. And she's like, here, take her number, give her a call and see if, and she's a life coach. And so
I had to wipe my tears from earlier, guys, from hearing the accident that Nia and The Rock's mother was in, because that was extremely emotional for me.
It was therapy. And I never really thought to like get into therapy. I've never been that person. Like my family's always been like, no, you're fine. Like,
wow.
We work it out here inside the house. And so right. I've never really thought to go to therapy. And
yeah, because usually, to be honest, usually when you hear the word therapy, right? When you hear the word therapy, majority of people, they think, oh, that's for crazy people, or oh, that's for people that's insane in the head, like something is not right, like there's screws loose in the head. No, therapy is for anybody, because there's people out there, whether they're rich and famous or poor and homeless or middle class, there's people out there that feels alone. Look, let me tell you something. Depression does not discriminate. Anybody can suffer through depression. Okay? Anybody can suffer through a high wave of anxiety. And when people experience these things, people can feel alone because they don't know who to trust. They don't know who they can open up to, or they feel like the people they think they can open up to, they think that the people are trying to put them down, or, oh, that's hogwash. That's in your head. That doesn't exist. And you feel like you're alone. So by being that you feel like you're alone, you're like, man, who can I turn to? Who can I trust? And, therapy, like I said, is for everybody. That doesn't mean you're crazy or insane or anything like that. Because there's people out here that, that are alone. There's people out here who are private and they don't know who to trust, or they don't have a significant other to turn to, or maybe a best friend or somebody to turn to talk to about these things. And, these people, they hold it inside, they hold it straight in their heart. And that's no good, because when you hold all of that stuff in, it only makes it worse. Like, on the outside, you might be smiling, or you might be having a content face, but on the inside, you're like full of anger, rage, hate. You're full of sadness. You want to cry. You just want to let it all out, and you can't do that because you don't have that person to be by your side. You don't have that significant other. You don't have that bestie. You don't have that close person, by your side to, just vent out, just let it all out to. So there's nothing wrong with going to therapy at all. There's nothing wrong with that. But let's continue. A lot of people should go to therapy, to get those frustrations and or sadness out of their heart. They'll feel a lot better. But let's continue.
And when Nikki introduced me to Carrie, like, she's helped me. She helped guide me. Like, she helped kind of clear things in my life to kind of just guide me to where I wanted to go. And everything, all the work we kept doing just kept pointing towards faith and church and God.
It was like, you're in a great place now.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Just like that.
You feel like you're in a great place.
She's with the Lord.
And professionally now.
I'm in an amazing place.
That's right.
Personally and professionally,
there we go, Queen.
I also know the other side of, like, I'm blessed. Like, I'm able to wake up every morning. I'm healthy. I like, everything on top of that's icing, right? Like getting up in the morning and being able to move and live and have a great family, like that is just, that's amazing. And then being able to do this job is just icing on the cake. So
yes, madam.
I'm very blessed.
What
Speak
more
it, queen.
To do in WWE?
Uh-oh.
Well, with my current amazing tag partner, Lash Legend, we are definitely going for those tag titles.
There we go, queen.
You know, I had them with Shayna, and I didn't think we got that opportunity because it was during COVID, you know. But now, like, I feel as though, like, Lash, you've never seen this kind of tag team in the women's division ever. I mean, look at us, like,
Yeah.
two big girls. Like, she's an ex-WNBA player. Like, she is one of the strongest women I've ever met, and one of the kindest, and a true badass. And so I definitely,
Yeah, I like Eyelash Legend, man. Just Eyelash Legend. Don't be ratchet, okay? Stick to listening to your gospel programs. I love that. Stick to that. Don't be ratchet, okay? Don't do it. It's not worth it, okay? All right. You listen to the queen, the doors will open for you. All right. Let's continue.
want to take us. I want us to take those tag titles.
Yeah, you guys together are like, that's a force.
Yeah. So I'm like, I think that's the next step right now.
What do you think your greatest feat of strength has been in the ring?
So like, as in like physically, or just like in general?
I mean, there's been times when it's like you're tossing people around like it's nothing, or you're picking people up like making it look like they weigh nothing.
So what I like to, personally, what I like to say, like, is my strength is to like controlling a match, like being able to like dictate like the pace and how it goes, and like
Here we go, queen. Talk.
Because of my strength.
That's right.
So I like that. Like you don't tell me how I work. I dictate how you work.
That's right, queen. You don't let nobody tell you what to do.
Slow it right down if you need to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm a big bad bitch.
What about in terms of just like pure like muscle strength?
Holy crap!
I mean,
Let him know, queen. Let him know.
And how it goes, and like because of my strength. So I like that. Like you don't tell me how I work. I dictate how you work. That's what I like.
So you can just slow it right down if you need to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm the big bad bitch.
What about in terms of just like pure
That's my wife, man.
muscle strength?
I mean, I've deadlifted Rhea, like, from the floor. I've deadlifted Shayna, like,
The feet of strength.
Simone.
The irresistible force.
Strong. I've always been like that kid. Like, I can lift heavier than everybody, like, without even trying.
I told y'all, man.
Must be nice.
I know. That's what people say, and I'm like, you know what? It's a gift, because I'll never forget one freaking what was it? Rumble. Shayna was supposed to do this armbar thing, and she just like fell, and I had to like. And the part was she was supposed to do the armbar, and I was tossing her over the rope. She falls, and then she looks down at me. She's like, "You got this." Like, as in, like, I'm at the deadlifting from the ground up, and like she's a solid girl. She's got a solid trunk, and I just remember being like, "Damn you, Shayna!" But I did it. You know, Rhea's a freaking muscular girl, deadlifting her up off the ground, and so yeah.
Yeah, you know diarrhea. Diarrhea is like 156, so you know that ain't easy at all, man. That really ain't easy.
No, I'm definitely strong. I will take that. But like, I think mixing the strength with the athletic ability and like, you know, storytelling.
Yeah.
Like, to me, that's real strength.
I had Shane on the show recently, and she's like, "Yeah, I had 8 Rumble eliminations. I believe that's the record." And I said, "Well, actually,
they mentioning
I
it.
said, it's now Nia Jax." She goes, "Well, if it's Nia, it's okay."
I know. That was the thing up until like this last one.
You cleaned house,
Yeah.
right? You eliminated a third of the field.
Yeah. At the same time, I was like, "Get out of here, bitches."
Yeah, queen. Get the pictures out. Get them out.
Well, because in like that one Rumble where Truth entered, do you remember that? And I eliminated him.
Yeah.
They didn't count that one. I was like, they didn't count that.
Bro, they should have counted that, bro. That counts as an elimination, man. He has to get eliminated. His dumb behind got in the ring as a participant of the Royal Rumble.
No.
Phew.
So
because it wasn't an official entry.
official
He's like,
entry.
I'm in the wrong Rumble.
yeah, I was like,
Right.
dang it. So that
What?
kept saying 9-9, but then the next year I was like, okay, now I officially have. And I had to really solidify my name in the book.
When you go into it, like, how do you remember the order of all of the people you have to do stuff with?
That's a legit question right there.
That's like a like kind of a gift when you get to like remember. Like I'm usually like we'll go over it with somebody and then like I'll just remember what I have to do with each person and not like in the general sense. And
but it's this person, then it's this person.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
okay.
We're pretty good. Like we'll know the order. Like ruining. Yeah, I was gonna say kayfabe, but Unreal destroyed all that shit. So I can say what I want.
I feel like Beyond the Mat did that.
Yeah.
I love this woman,
years
man.
ago.
Yeah. But yeah, we get the order, and so like, there's like ring generals in there, and I'm one of them where I'm like, okay, hey, you got to go over here and do this, and you got to do that. So like we'll go over the order, and like Natty will write down everything everybody does, and like send out the list to everybody, so we all kind of like have an idea of what's next.
Did you see this thing online recently where people think you look like J-Lo?
Bro, Nia looks way better than J-Lo, man. Shoot, J-Lo's for the streets, Nia's for the mansion, okay? Okay, I'm just saying.
You look like J-Lo?
No. I think
Nia looks 1,000 times better than J-Lo. J-Lo was never all that. J-Lo just had a big booty, and that's all people was paying attention to. That's it. J-Lo ain't all that.
Photo.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's a photo, and like I had like the hair I had that day, and maybe the makeup is similar. But
like, look at that. I think that's a movie called Atlas. Netflix movie.
Bro, J-Lo wishes she looked like Nia. Okay, Nia got natural, real beauty. Okay, I'm just saying. Shoot.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
No.
What do you mean?
No.
No.
That does not look like Nia at all, bro. Y'all doing way too much with that. Y'all spending way too much time on that. Bro, they do not look alike, man. They never look alike. Okay? I'm just saying.
Maybe some sort of relation.
Yeah. She part Simone.
Right? I mean, who knows? Puerto Ricans.
Right.
Right? They're Islanders too, so.
But didn't this happen in a baseball game, right? At the Mets game?
At the Mets game, yeah.
So they put up like this is when fans look like
the lookalikes.
Yeah.
So Tiff and I were there, and we were like going all around doing like activities, and like we're gonna do a lookalike. And they had this picture of J-Lo, and I was like, oh yeah, that's it. Like I could see that in that picture. And they did it. They did side by side screen, and I was like, oh yeah, it's pretty spot on right there.
Yeah, even in that one.
Yeah. In that one. So I'm like, okay, I can see. I don't know. I think it's just probably certain hairstyles. I don't.
Yeah, like if you were in the same room as her, maybe not.
Yeah.
But you're right. If you guys have...
Yeah, because obviously Nia has the height advantage, and she has the height and size advantage over J-Lo.
The same hairstyle.
Yeah.
You put those photos, your faces next to each other.
Right. I think it's so funny though. It like I reposted like somebody who posted it, and I just think I find it hilarious. Like I'll take the compliment. It's J-Lo.
Yeah.
I mean, she's stunning. I'll
There
take
are,
that.
of all the people...
Oh, okay, you know what? Okay, Nia said J-Lo is stunning. Okay, so J-Lo, you do look good. It's because Nia said it, okay? If the queen say you're stunning, okay, you're stunning. But Nia is far more stunning, okay? I'm just saying, Nia is perfection at its finest.
Exactly. Oh, who am I gonna say no? I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll take it.
It'd be like someone saying like, oh, you look like Brad Pitt. It's like, well, all right.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Sure.
Thank you. Yeah.
Brad.
She's
Oh,
beautiful.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Pretty great.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing this.
Of course.
I know you don't enjoy doing podcasts.
Yeah.
So
Look at Nia!
hanging out.
No, I appreciate it.
And you talked about it a little bit earlier about like realize how blessed you are.
Yes.
I focus on gratitude all the time, and it's the question I ask at the end of every episode. So, what are 3 things right now that you're grateful for?
Uh-oh.
Right now,
The Lord.
it's so like cliche, right? I'm grateful for my relationship with God. I'm grateful for my incredible family, and I'm grateful for my outside WWE family as well. Because at the end of the day, like I know we all get caught up in like, yeah, we're the superstars, but like this whole place is run because of the amazing people that we have.
Yeah.
And every day I show up to an arena and I see like these guys have been up since 4:00 in the morning building this arena. By the time we're done with our show, they're staying here till 4:00 in the morning to break it down, and then they're still getting on a flight and they're still going home. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I sit here like I just had that moment when I saw like a bunch of them like the other day, and I'm like, you know what, you guys do so much that nobody even knows about for us, and I'm incredibly grateful for it. So I always want to make sure I let say it out loud and let people know.
I feel like you turned babyface during this.
No,
People possibly hate.
No, oh my gosh,
bro, if you hate Nia Jax, F you, man. Shoot, I've said it before in her first run, and I'm saying it now. F you. If you're a hater of Nia Jax, F you. If you're a bandwagon of Nia Jax, F you, man. Shoot.
Yeah, they'll find a way. Trust me. Oh, they'll find a way to hate me.
It's so silly.
Yeah.
You're the best. Thank you.
Facts. She's the best.
You are too. This is awesome.
Bro, that is the best thing that has ever come out of your mouth. Chris Van Vliet O'Fish. Chris Van Vliet Mignon. That is the absolute best thing that has ever came out of your mouth during this interview, bro. Okay? I'm just saying.
Just fun hanging out.
Yeah, easy. Chelsea and Maxine were right.
Oh,
you're the best.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chelsea and Maxine.
Who is this guy?
Matt Cardona.
And Matt Cardona, yes.
Yeah.
Matt Cardona.
He's back.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Of course.
All right. That is the end of Nia Jax's interview with Chris Van Vliet O'Fish, Chris Van Vliet Mignon. Okay. Now, I know Nia Jax is not really fond of interviews. Like me, as a proud loyal simp of Queen Nia Jax. There's times where I see Nia has an interview, and you'll see it in the article, but it's very short. It's not like this, to where it's a full hour-long interview, and it's a full, maybe, I don't know how long articles usually are. Usually they're like one page. Like, you don't usually see long articles that's like maybe 5 pages where Nia has done an interview, because that's not really how you put it for a layman's term. That's not really it's not really normal, I guess you can say. So to see Nia do this interview, it was amazing because you get to hear Nia's point of view of her first run, her second run. Then she mixed it up with her personal life. Then she told us about the accident that happened with her and The Rock's mom. Then she told us about the life with her brothers, and she mentioned her mom. And it's always important to have an amazing support cast like that, because they're always going to inspire you to do your best at any and everything that you want to do with your life. So to see Nia do this, this was an amazing 1 hour and 10 minutes. I got to be honest, me personally, I always wondered why Nia didn't do podcast interviews like this. But when she said what she said, I'm like, it makes sense that she declined a request for podcast interviews, because she wants to keep the character thing going. She's a heel, she's hated. She don't want to go on podcast interviews and talk about herself to where she becomes likable. You heard Chris say at the end, oh, this is your babyface moment. No, Nia loves being the heel because she loves that entertainment that she can bring to the fans. Not only to the fans, but to the whole entire world. Pun intended. So me personally, I enjoyed watching this interview. It was fun. And of course, there were things in there that I already knew, because I am a diehard, loyal to the soil Nia Jax simp since 2017. This woman is the reason why I watch WWE today. This woman is the reason why I returned back to watching the WWE in 2017 on a full-time basis, okay? And if you didn't know, this woman is the reason why I am a content creator, as to why I am a live streamer as well. Okay, she's the reason why I decided to do YouTube. She is the reason as to why I decided to do Twitch, TikTok, and all those other platforms. Okay, so yeah, like I said, I always rep the shirt proudly. Okay, because I'm proud to be a fan, a diehard fan of Nia Jax. Okay, and I'm gonna be in the family in the future because I'm a future husband. Okay. So yeah, guys, that's the end of the reaction to Nia Jax's interview with Chris Van Vallejo Fish. All right. So yeah, man. Appreciate y'all coming out. Appreciate y'all coming through. And thank you guys for the likes, man. And yeah, man. Peace. Okay, let's see. Just gonna catch up on the comments before in the live stream. Is there anybody else here? If y'all still here, let me know. Let's see. Oh, it's time for SmackDown. Alrighty. Oh, I didn't even know it's time for SmackDown. Holy crap. Alright. Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see. Yeah, man. If I'm ever lucky enough to be a father, I'll be the best father in the world, man. I would have my child in everything, okay? I would have them. Oh, put this over here, and then I'll talk some more. Unopened. Put that up there. Bam. And bam. Alright. Yeah, I would be the best father in the world, man. I would have my child in all sports programs, acting programs, things like that, or whatever it is that they're interested in. It's my job as a father to make sure that I accommodate their interests at the end of the day. So, yeah. I didn't even know SmackDown was on. Holy crap. Definitely gonna look at that. Hold on, guys. 1 second. And then, let's see. Let's see. Yeah, it's been a long time. Hopefully all is well, Nico. See, Nia Jax is still single. It's still single. Still single for me, right? Bro, that would be so crazy. Imagine me dating Nia Jax. That would be insane. Insane in the membrane. Let's see. Next thing you know, Nia Jax is going to be hitting the top rope. Facts. I did not know she played all those sports. Yesterday made sense for the golfing. Yeah. Nia Jax has always been an all-around athlete, quite honestly. So Dean Ambrose was supposed to have a match against Nia Jax. You remember those segments through that 2019 era? Yeah, when she was with Tamina. Yep. I remember that. He said, I should be the one interviewing. He said, man knows everything about Nia Jax. Oh my gosh. You're right. I do know which questions to ask. You're absolutely right. And that's true. Nia Jax, she always stands on business. She never switches up. Never, ever switches up. But anyways, guys, thank you guys for coming out. Appreciate y'all watching along with me. And yeah, man, I had fun watching this. It was a lot of fun. Like I said, there was a lot of things I was said that I already knew because I'm a diehard fan of Nia Jax's. I did not know about the accident with The Rock's mother. I did not know about that in 2014. Yeah, like I said, I got emotional for a moment. And yeah, I didn't know that at all. But yeah, man. Like I said before, man, this woman is my favorite superstar of all time, my favorite woman in the world, my favorite everything thing, okay? Number one, A1, favorite, favorite of all time. Hands down. Hands down. I don't care what anybody says, I don't care what anybody thinks. Nia Jax is my favorite superstar of all time, my favorite woman in the world, my favorite everything, man. Favorite, okay? Favorite queen that's running the world right now. But anyways, y'all, I'm about to go over to Twitch and watch Friday Night SmackDown. You guys are more than welcome to join me over there. And once again, man, appreciate y'all coming out. And yeah, man, I'll see you guys later, man. Peace.